Dude, God, these ads are so big. You gotta. Oh, come on. I can't even get rid of this one. You just stuck there, Kotaku? Get out of my face. I didn't even see the second part of that. Wow. Okay, great. Love that for me. Hello everyone. I just stopped streaming for a second and I'm back. And someone in my chat just mentioned, they said just see the Phil Spencer news, and my heart sank because I was like, oh no, has Phil died? That was immediately what I thought, especially after the Vince Zampella thing, because that one really hit me hard. Vince was really, really, really lovely. In fact, we will get to this news, but there's something that I really wanted to do for Vince Zampella. So Vince had been trying to give me this Batman. This is the exact picture that he took. He'd been trying to give me this Batman. Anyone who doesn't know, sorry, Vince Zampella, games industry veteran. I met him. Yeah, we were friends. I have his number in my phone. Every time I type Vince in my phone, it makes me sad because it's also my dad's name. And for whatever reason, I had my dad's name under his name. Vince had been trying to give me this Batman figure for years. This is the picture of it in his house that he took and sent to me, and we had kept trying to like do these like meetups where I'd find him at the Game Awards or something, and he was going to give it to me, but it was a shitty heist. Like we'd message each other and be like, "Do you have the package?" And then it would never happen. We would never end up giving each other. He would forget to bring it, or I would forget to do it, and so I never got it, and that makes me very, very, very sad now. Can anyone help me figure out what this is? I would really love to be able to buy this as like an homage to Vince, because I wouldn't know how to get it at any other point now. Because I do have a lot of Batman figures that look like similar to this, but I definitely don't have this one. It's probably one of the same line that I have down here, but that's what I was thinking. I think it's probably a Play Art Sky, which I like. I have a lot of them. But I just wanted to buy it just to be like, that's the one that Vince meant to give me, and it makes me very sad. Hey, thank you, White Pulsar. Yeah, but so that was my first reaction when someone said, "Did you see what happened to Phil?" But here is the actual story. Phil Spencer retires from Xbox and Sarah Bond resigns. Oh my god, Sarah as well? Oh, fucking hell. Oh boy. I hate to say I told you so. I really hate to say I told you so. But fuck me. This is AI. Video games are dead. This is AI. This is AI taking a look. I'll have a video about this up hopefully next week. But I'm actually really sad. I feel like I could cry, and it's not because of Phil or Sarah. People I really like. Phil's always been incredibly lovely to me. Great dude. I'm sure I'll still see him. This is video games being officially fucking murdered by AI. It was gonna happen eventually, but that fucking sucks. Okay, so let me just replay this. This is such a lame thing to do, but this video that I made a minute ago. I'm literally gonna react to my own video right now. But again, I hate to say I fucking told you so, dude. So this really sucks. Hey, look, Vichur, we were just talking about them. So this is a video that I made called Xbox is Abandoning Video Games. This was inevitable, but that doesn't make it suck any less, obviously. Phil and Sarah leaving is Microsoft officially abandoning video games. It's been happening incrementally, bit by bit. I think that this shit is so much worse than gamers are ready for, in that, oh man, I'm really bummed. I'm really fucking bummed. There are more more chips of like Nvidia's chips have been sold thus far than exist, right? So Nvidia has sold more GPUs than they have even made inventory for. So there is a backlog to all of these AI data centers, a very, 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 very big backlog. For I'm so fucking upset. God damn. There's a really big backlog for the amount of chips that have already been sold. Because there's so much money, fake fucking money in AI, there are none available for the games industry. You know, I feel like all of the fucking dipshit YouTuber dude bros who have no idea what they're talking about. Hey, thank you, Sergeant Aurelia. Dipshit dude bro YouTubers who have no idea what they're talking about, who are like, shut up, lazy game devs. I love AI. I don't give a shit about Gen AI. You shot yourself in the fucking foot by bending over and taking this up the ass, by being like, yeah, AI is great. What you paved way for, you fucking dumbasses, not that you're to blame, but I highly blame your attitude for part of it anyway, because fuck you, is for gaming to just die completely. Just straight up dead. Like, by enabling this at all and not stopping it where you could, you genuinely just were like, great, yeah, walk all over me, that's wonderful. Again, it's going to happen without you doing that anyway, but still, I hope you feel somewhat responsible. I have said this in my last video, but I stand by it, that we're going to be at a point now where, like I was just saying this to Rahul yesterday, I don't think it's that, oh, is the next generation of consoles going to be quite far away? Is it going to take a while for us to get the next generation of consoles? Because of the chip shortage created by, you know, these GPUs that have been sold that don't even fucking exist yet? No. I actually think we may never get video game consoles again. That is how I currently feel. I do not think we have a new video game console ever. I would say Nintendo might doing it. Nintendo might keep doing it because their business model is quite different. I don't think Microsoft ever makes an Xbox ever again. Even the ones that are in development, I feel like they're far more likely to use those GPUs for AI than they are to use them to make video game consoles. That is how I currently feel. I hope I'm wrong. But my current opinion is that video game consoles are done because of AI specifically. I also think that if they did exist, they are going to be $2,000, $3,000, $5,000. What I think is much more likely, however, is that they go full cloud route so that they are still using those data centers to let us stream video games. That is the future that they've been setting up for a fucking while. There are actually many things that I like about cloud gaming. Things about it that are actually very cool and have worked for me for a very long time. Sometimes they haven't. I did just the other night, some people who might be in chat right now, play... Oh, dude, I'm so bummed. Play Halo. We did Firefight and it was absolutely unusable. But I think that may have been because I was downloading Halo at the same time. But yeah, I have been fearing this. I just thought it would take longer. And then I don't think we get a new video game console ever again. And fucking Bluepoint gets shut down yesterday too, dude. You own nothing and pay monthly for everything. Exactly. This is not... Phil Spencer did a bad job. That's not what happened to it. This is not... Xbox wasn't making enough money. This is... Microsoft doesn't give a fuck about gaming anymore. I'm really bummed. Let me play you this video that I made 7 months ago. Again, hate to say I told you so, but...
My channel is sponsored by Viture, which
what is going on with my fucking desktop audio right now. It's so loud in my ear, but so quiet for you guys, and I can't figure out why. It's really annoying. So many audio problems with this goddamn PC. Maybe AI will fix it. Let's do 10 here, maybe. I'm somewhere in the middle of today's video. She's right. Microsoft has confirmed that it will lay off as many as 9,000 workers in the technology giant's latest wave of job cuts this year. The company said several divisions would be affected without specifying which ones, but reports suggest that its Xbox video gaming unit will be hit. Microsoft has set out plans to invest heavily in artificial intelligence and is spending $80 billion in huge data centers to train AI models. A spokesperson for the firm told the BBC, "We continue to implement organizational changes necessary to best position the company for success in a dynamic marketplace." The corporate translation for that one is, "We're throwing humans into the volcano to appease the AI gods." Okay, before we jump actually into the meat of today's video, I have to say, firstly, I know it means nothing at all at this point, but I am just so sorry to all the people who lost their jobs in this most recent round of layoffs, and to the people who lost their jobs last year. I'm gonna DMCA myself. I made this video 7 months ago. And in fact, I'd say I made this video. Really, Xbox's Change was my first time doing it. Where I was talking about their strategy changing. Oh, I privated it. I private a lot of videos. That video is great. There's nothing wrong with it. I have a stupid digital OCD. It's really dumb. I feel like if I've spoken about the same topic more than once, I'll private. It's... Anyway, I just didn't expect it to happen right now. If that's the case, do you think they will start closing more game studios and just start giving us AI trash games? Oh my god, dude. Fuck me. Oh, my answer to that is I think that all game studios are gone. All of them. This is such a dumb thing to cry about. Fuck. Yeah, no, that's my honest answer though. It's fucking, you shut down fucking Blue Point yesterday. So any game studio that's still making a game will get to ship the games that they're making. Otherwise, they're all gone. All of them. I'm not exaggerating. They're all gone. AAA done. Microsoft is much worse. Sony might be okay. In that Sony isn't backing AI quite as heavily as Microsoft, but all of them. And they're not gonna transition to making AI video games. We won't even get that. We won't even get that. It'll be, oh man. Sorry. I just thought it would be further away. Ugh, fuck. So they're not going to make AI video games. No, they're not indies. Sorry, but to be clear, I mean all Microsoft studios. All Microsoft studios will be shut down completely. Literally all of them. It'll take a while, but they're gone. It's done. Microsoft has exited gaming. Yeah. So we're not going to get AI slop video games either, unless like there are people in the indie space doing that. Because there's not money in that either. Video games are simply not profitable enough across the board. They don't generate enough revenue unless they're live service AI slop games. It's really all going towards fully pushing the... Look at the pause face. The AI takeover. In terms of like getting rid of people's jobs in the entire economy. So it's not like, oh, we're going to start getting shit games. It's not that. It's that we were going to get no games. Games industry is not profitable compared to the tech industry or the AI industry right now, which is largely LLMs and in some cases image generation. I mean, maybe they'll try a couple of AI studios. I know that right now, like Amazon, this hasn't been announced yet, but Amazon Prime or Amazon Pictures, I don't know what they're like. Studios are the people who make the TV shows, but they have like an AI studio that they just opened. So potentially we'll get some of those too, when Microsoft will make like an AI studio. That might happen too. But for the most part, there's no money in games. There's just, compared to how much money there is in, again, LLMs and Gen AI. And I will say, like, for all the shit that Phil got over the last several years, again, this video is 7 months old. I really think that considering what Microsoft has been pushing and how little they ever gave a fuck about Xbox, I mean, Xbox was really only started because they wanted to have the PC of the living room, right? That's where it came from. Xbox didn't start because Microsoft had a lot of gaming. What are you doing? AI, everybody. This webcam is losing its shit. Yeah, I think that he really did his best with a company that did not give a fuck about Xbox, and it got worse and worse and worse. That's a good point, List Man Guy. They said, give it time, AI cannot produce the return it would need to justify the spending. That is certainly true. I just made a video about that. I'm really, really proud of that video, actually. I'd say it might be one of the better videos I've ever made. I can link that, but well, I still want to watch this one because I don't remember what I said 7 months ago. But here is a video that I made called "The Entire Tech Industry is Screwed." That is specifically about how the AI return isn't going to come around. The AI bubble will pop, but it's so bad. It's so bad. The AI bubble popping is not like something that we can all look forward to. Is it going to pop? Yes, objectively it is going to pop. We don't know how bad it'll be. I also want to be clear that I don't think that AI is going to go away when that bubble pops. Some of these companies will still stay around. Some of them will completely die. The bubble pop, though, is going to fuck the entire economy. I said this in the video, but the two options are, one, the bubble pops like astronomically, unfathomably bad, and the entire economy is fucked. Everyone in America with a 401k loses all their money. Poverty rates rise exponentially. People who are currently middle class become poor, right? That's how bad the AI bubble is. If the bubble pops, we're all fucked. Second option, bubble doesn't pop that bad. They figure out how to monetize AI. It's like, yes, again, some of these companies are definitely going to go down. It's not going to last. They just don't have the means for return. Maybe they don't all pop. There will be a pop, but maybe it won't be like as catastrophic. The outcome for that, economy is still a bit fucked. It's not going to be sunshine and rainbows. Still a little bit fucked. But part two of that is that the only way that succeeds is if they replace all our jobs. So the only way that the bubble pop doesn't ruin the world is if the AI companies have actually figured out how to replace all desk jobs, which is likely in some areas and not in others. Not in like there are some things for sure that will be replaced. I currently don't think it's accessible to replace everyone, though obviously people keep fucking training ChatGPT by using it all the time, which is infuriating and digging your own fucking grave. And that also fucks the economy because we are not built to have a functional society where bulk of the workforce is unemployed. So good job, Jeff. I have used ChatGPT, but it was like back in the day when it was fucking stupid to test it out. You know what I mean? Like back when we were like, what's this? Yeah, it also, Shannon, great point, fucking sucks that Microsoft just bought all these studios. Everywhere else in the world, countries are pushing back hard against AI. It's too late. The world is not going to be unemployed. America is. Devastatingly not true. Will it hit America the hardest? Yes. But majority of the economy right now, like this is certainly a huge thing in China too. This is not just happening in the US, will be fucked. It's 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 it has more money than any other industry has ever had pumped into it, ever in the history of mankind. Here's a crazy thought that I had yesterday. I've gotten so interested in economics that I keep thinking that I should probably like take a class or something. What is wrong with you, webcam? It might die at some point right now. I don't know what's going on. It's flashing yellow at me. What's your problem? What's your fucking problem? Calm down. It's a thing I was thinking about yesterday. Again, I've gotten so interested in economics, and I think that that probably came from my time as a games journalist. I used to listen to a lot of investor calls, so it was just something that I got more and more interested in hearing about. I'm like, I wonder if I should like study it just because I'm so interested. But yesterday I was like, okay, so the economy's fucked, the workforce is fucked. I'd love to talk to someone who knows this better than me. Have we gotten to a point where late stage capitalism has run its course so hard and so fast that it is going to slam directly into forced socialism? Like, I was just on the couch last night thinking about this. Just the kind of things I think about, where I was like, is this just late stage capitalism, which we never really prepared for, that just kept ramping up and ramping up and ramping up because it had to, that is going to slam so fast into unemployment rates that are extremely unsustainable, to the extent that the government is going to, in the US, have to adopt some socialist policies so that the human race doesn't just fucking die. The way that the administration is right now, I think that they would just let us die. But that's kind of how it feels to me. We're legitimately going to need basic income in order to survive this. That's exactly what I'm saying. Like, both of you do assume they don't want us dead. They don't want us dead because they need us to buy shit. This is one thing that has never faltered and cannot falter. Hey, I hit 685,000 subscribers. That's super cool. Thanks, everyone. They need us buying shit. You cannot have a population that consumes if you can't afford to buy shit, right? So I'm like, again, have we late stage capitalism so hard that we've run straight into what will end up being potentially forced socialism? Maybe. Anyway, let's play this video. Sorry, again, I know I'm reacting to myself, but 7 months ago, I just want to see what I have to say.
That. I mean, not only is it just sad on a human level, it's also worth noting that with this, we've lost literally thousands of hours of experience from the games industry. Probably millions of hours with all these people combined that we will simply never get back. How on earth is the industry supposed to recover from this? Spoilers, it won't. We have also lost actual video games. Perfect Dark, which was in development at Xbox's AAA first-party studio, the initiative has been cancelled.
That's pretty wild. The people will eventually revolt. Will they? They're not fucking revolting now. Well, much.
Considering that game has been in development for over 5 years, and at some point was even being developed in collaboration with Crystal Dynamics. Originally, reportedly, Phil Spencer had been interested in Perfect Dark as a means to diversify Xbox's portfolio, and all early reports indicate that AAA of all time, I adore it. But I
love
do
that game.
because
it
it's
really
largely
is a
like
good game.
Leadership problems, slow development time, the kind of games that have on the ground can. A single game, however, is not. I feel in a game, it just sucks. Of course, don't release games that are bad and sure that it's going to. This game is, other than it was a third-person moves away from
canceled game. Sorry about that.
Gaming, which is what this video is about. A memo from Phil Spencer to Xbox staff said, to position gaming for enduring success and allow us to focus on strategic...
This is very meta, you're right.
Slipped into my Andrew Wilson voice. It just feels right for every corporate executive to sound like Andrew Wilson, so that's how I'm going to do it. Sorry, Phil. From the top. To position gaming for enduring success and allow us to focus on strategic growth areas, we will end or decrease work in certain areas of the business and follow Microsoft's lead in removing layers of management to increase agility and effectiveness. God, I hate corporate speak. We must make choices now for continued success in future years, and a key part of that strategy is the discipline to prioritize the strongest opportunities. We will protect what is thriving and concentrate effort on areas with the greatest potential while delivering on the expectations that the company has.
This won't lead to Fable being cancelled. It's okay.
I'm sick of doing it now. There is a bit more to that I've edited around, to be clear, just for length purposes, because it is quite long.
I did my makeup really badly.
There's a second one. This time, Xbox's Matt Booty.
You let me be vain for a second. Can we just talk about... I'm not wearing any makeup at all right now. Literally absolutely nothing on my face at all. This is bad makeup. You know, you can make a real case for looking better. Whatever. None of you care about this. I did my makeup real bad that day, and it made me look worse than I do without makeup.
These decisions, along with other changes across our teams, reflect a broader effort to adjust priorities and focus resources to set up our teams for greater success within a changing industry landscape. Our overall portfolio strategy is unchanged. Build games that excite our players, cancel them. And here's the thing. They're both right. I currently very much believe that the Xbox brand, as it existed even 5 years ago, has minimal longevity insofar as stock market demands sustained growth. PlayStation doesn't really either, but their circumstances are very different in no small part because their IPs are so damn strong. Clearly an area that Xbox is kind of been failing at.
Gerald,
and I have a whole video about the broader state of the games industry already. It's called The Games Industry is Screwed, and it's basically about like why all of these layoffs and studio closures and game cancellations have been happening to an industry that is still increasingly profitable. And it is, I always want to remind people, none of this is happening because games are not making enough money. They are. But today, we're going to focus on what Xbox is doing specifically in more detail. If you want to check out that Games Industry video, I'll leave a link in the description. To put it plainly, Microsoft is pivoting away from traditional console gaming and towards a few new pillars that line up, in my research on this, very well with stock market predictions. It is time to talk about the Viture Luma Pro XR glasses. If you've been here for a while,
these are sick.
Have heard me talk about these babies,
and you should get them.
Right, help, but then their display is the best way. With the Switch to various TV here, you can swap the pull luxuriously /play ever go. To recap. The This is an Xbox campaign, combined with cloud gaming technologies and subscription services that are not tied to console hardware, make a ton of sense considering the current challenges facing the games industry. The industry is losing casual gamers to social media. Statistically, there is a very apparent correlation. A lot of people who might have gamed just a couple of hours a week are now instead just sitting on their phone scrolling TikTok. Xbox...
To Ash Drakari, who just said, surely this cannot end well for them. If Xbox ends up closing or gets shuttered or whatever the outcome of this is, which, yes, is going to happen in my opinion, what would that mean for the studios under Xbox like Bethesda? So, long term, all gone. All gone. That's long term, though, to be clear. Short term, they will be okay for a while, at least insofar as they can't be replaced by AI, or the resource drain that they cause prevents Microsoft from building more data centers. But it's slightly longer term because I still feel like there's like definitely a thing where capitalism won't let huge brands die easily. It's difficult for capitalism to let go of like a big brand name. So it is unlikely that a Fallout disappears overnight, or that a Skyrim, like a Elder Scrolls, disappears overnight. Those brand names are still too big and thus have profit. I guess there's another world where they all get sold off to perhaps like a much smaller publisher. Small is maybe even not the right word, but like someone that we look like as like more a AAA, like an Embark Studios, where it's like they've bought up a whole bunch of properties. They are just focused on games. They'll just be like massively downscaled in terms of budgets and the teams working on them. That actually seems kind of likely to me, like what happened with like THQ becoming THQ Nordic. I should probably not have any aspirations to get into game dev, or is there still time? This is not just a game dev problem. So this problem is everywhere. This is not, it's like you basically at this point shouldn't have any aspirations to fucking have a job at all. That's what they're trying to do. Like, oh, you have aspirations of being employed? That's cute. It's not just the games industry. It's everything that isn't feeding the AI tech machine. This is so bad. Fuck me. You're unemployed, you're ahead of the game. Job at all without AI. Yeah, sure. Indies aren't going to go anywhere, man. And I would say that's the place to be. I was really, really lucky with the team that I worked with at Santa Monica Studio. Like, I really had a wonderful time and would work with so many of the people that I worked with there over and over and over again. But there's so much more fun to be had in indie anyway in terms of creativity. Optimistic take: games still make money. New gaming institutions rise from the ashes because they can make money without shareholders. That would be very cool also. Any publicly traded company gets rid of video games, at least for now. But yes, anyone who's not beholden to shareholders, you're right, that might work. Hilariously, it might end up all being like Saudi Arabia. Like the EA deal. It could end up that they all fucking ended up being owned by Mohammed bin Salman. Like, that's also possible. At least it's not the stock market, I guess. What about for people who want to become devs for big studios? Will the job market be even smaller now? Yeah, I would not do that. I would not do that. I guess I would say, like, there's a game that I've been writing on full time for the last several months since like late November that I've just not announced because I was like, let me keep my peace. I'll announce it when I'm ready to announce it. And that isn't going anywhere. It's like I don't know how to announce it without ruining the piece that I just referenced to. There's like a certain area of game dev that will be okay for a long time, depending on ownership, and they are under that bracket, I believe, that studio. I can't elaborate, so why did I even say it? You would get experience that could be valuable, maybe not a totally bad idea, just anticipate a layoff at any moment. A, I don't think you get a job. I don't think they're hiring. B, sure, experience is always valuable, but I think that like the way that AAA goes, they'd care so much about having shipped a title. It's a massive fucking thing. I think indie will thrive. 100% indie will thrive. And I'm at a point now where when I look at it on paper, I kind of barely play AAA games anyway. Like, I vastly, like, the thing that I spent more hours in than anything else in the past year has been Silksong. Played fucking 4 days of that game, apparently, and I'm still not done. It's basically all Silksong, yeah. Anyway,
trying to remove the barrier that someone's sitting down, turning on their TV, booting up a pen,
just get to AI.
That is being, even while your movie's playing. Why can't time as a consumer is just so valuable right now to the right now. Vote with your wallet. You might ever clicks and still expecting a world where you can watch that in your phone. There's just something anecdotal, but I went to source gotten a PlayStation 2. And this is a game.
That's me talking about the market in of Africa.
Subscription, go check it out. This is specific in an era of subscription services that you can access anywhere. It's much more realistic for people in low-income countries to pay for a subscription service than it is for them to buy a $100 video game on top of their $500 plus console. I think I'm probably overdue to make a video solely about Game Pass because I've heard so many different opinions from so many different game devs at this point regarding how they feel about the service. Like, there's more to say than it makes sense to put in this video, so maybe I'll do that in the next month or something. I'll interview a bunch of devs and see what the landscape is around Game Pass. Anyway, if the first two of their new pillars are competing with social media and infiltrating global markets, the third is much more blatant. You guessed it, AI. Investment firms and stockbrokers are actively encouraging investors to put more of their money in AI. It's a market that currently does not have a ceiling, and that, like, we do not know where the growth is going to stop just yet, or where the technology might peak, if there is a limit. And thus it has room to make a whole mountain of money for people who invest right now. That's what that quote from earlier was referring to. We continue to implement organizational changes necessary to best position the company for success in a dynamic marketplace. They're all just fucking talking about AI. They're talking about investing in AI because that's what shareholders believe will make them a bunch of money in the immediate future, and they're probably right. That's where the money is right now. As it currently stands, AI is akin to useless in most facets of game development. I could elaborate on that, but I did do a podcast episode about this with game director / programmer Mike Bithell on my podcast channel. If you'd like to hear a dev talk about that in much more detail, youtube.com/playwatchlisten. But I do think publishers know this. Like, they are effectively trying to force their teams to use AI right now, not because they think it's good. It's in order to tell shareholders that, yes, we promise we're using this new tech everyone loves and it's so unlimited and can replace
7 months ago, man. So big up Mike Bithell.
To be clear, I don't know what AI will eventually be capable of. I'm only saying that right now, these companies shilling this tech are largely lying for financial gain. Companies lying for financial gain? No! And man, it pains me to see any rhetoric from gamers that's akin to like, well, if you didn't want to have your job replaced by AI, you shouldn't have been shit at your job, because that's just You're just straight up telling publishers that they can
She's right.
feed you garbage.
This is fire.
Like, if they think
She's
they can get
dropping
away
facts.
with it, they will give you AI slop. Please stop siding with corporations on this one. I promise you will see a huge decrease in the quality of video games you play if you show them that you'll accept that. But don't worry, it'll be slop with the battle pass and 3 monochrome filters if you pre-order. Microsoft employee actually just got pretty hotly dunked on for using a crappy AI image to advertise open roles in Xbox's graphics team. Yes, I love coding on the back of my monitor. There was also a controversy regarding Microsoft exec telling those laid off to just use AI to help them.
Fucking goblins,
These really
dude.
are challenging times. And if you're navigating a layoff or even quietly preparing for one, you're not alone. And you don't have to go it alone. I know these types of tools engender strong feelings in people, but I'd be remiss in not trying to offer the best advice I can under the circumstances. I've been experimenting with ways to use LLM AI tools like ChatGPT or Copilot to help reduce the emotional cognitive load that comes with the job loss. Hilariously, ChatGPT and Copilot are the two that Microsoft actually has stakes in financially. I can't believe this is a real sentence somebody wrote. Okay, here are some prompt ideas and use cases that might help if you're feeling overwhelmed. That makes me want to die. I hate everything about that. Wow.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Thank you, C-Spin.
Again, obviously, this man is an executive producer. It is partly his job to shill the kind of products that the company he works at just pledged to invest billions of dollars into, which is why this happening did not remotely surprise me, but it still makes you mad. I'm probably not telling-
a good point, Doodlefilu, about Japan being exempt. That Japan is not really heading in the AI slop direction. Obviously, the leaders of the race are China and the US, and they're really, really in that race because it's really like whoever controls all the data centers at this point runs the world, is kind of what they're saying. That's the logic of these companies, is whoever runs the most data centers runs the world. That is as blatant as it is. It's just, fuck me, man. How are humans this stupid? It's so short-sighted. Like, how are we this greedy as a species? There's something fundamentally wrong with mankind. How are we this greedy that you can keep running into AI and literally none of them are thinking about longevity in the slightest? They're all just like, fuck yeah, we need to make the money first. They're not thinking about anything else. It's just must win. The species isn't greedy, the top 1% are. That can't be true, because it's only the top 1% that's successful. Way more people than the top 1% are greedy. What's the stopping point? Yeah, there isn't one. That's the fucking problem. That's just... They're just running full fucking speed ahead at a thing that is, like, there is no positive outcome to. Like, they know that. They're aware. They're not stupid. The reason communism won't work greed is inherent. 100%. 100%. It's the one thing that I will give capitalism credit for, in that, like, the system has worked until clearly it's stopped working. Worked for a while. We got, like, fucking the amazing 80s movies that we got were technically a product of capitalism. The fucking industry, the games industry from the 90s to, 2010s was the same kind of thing. Hang on. Rahul? Are you leaving? Good luck. I'm still streaming. I just want to say good luck. I can't tell if he's walking upstairs or downstairs. He's walking downstairs. Yeah, the one thing that I will give capitalism credit for is that it put, like, restrictions on human greed for a while. So there's, like, a period of time where it, like, locked down the greediest of mankind into focusing on a number instead of focusing on conquering. It approached that inherent human nature and was like, cool, if we make it about number go up, this is just a fucking gene that's in some people. If we make it about number go up, then they're not going to go, like, murder. There was something that worked there. But now it's just run its course, wherein, like, late stage hyper-capitalism, where they're like, well, I'm going to kill people at the end anyway. So, who gives a shit, really? Just fucking, they're all going to die anyway. Great.
telling you anything new here at this point. But yeah, Microsoft has refocused its business towards developing AI across the board, including investing in data centers and chips very heavily. This is consistent with Microsoft's strategy even when they started the Xbox brand in the first place, actually. PlayStation showed up in the 1990s and started to dominate living rooms very quickly, which was a thing Microsoft had planned to do with Windows PCs. The company was worried that PlayStation might displace the PC as the core entertainment hub of the household that it was at the time, kind of. And they referred to the Xbox as their Trojan horse to get Microsoft technology like online services and DirectX into people's living rooms. That's actually why it's called an Xbox, for anyone who didn't know. It used to be the Direct Xbox, and it became Xbox.
Capitalism,
and yeah,
I
at that
say
time,
capitalism.
Microsoft also recognized that gaming was booming, and they needed to overtake the market as much as possible rather than letting Sony take a big slice of this particular pie. Again, fairly similar to their strategy right now. Focus on mobile in countries that don't yet have a ton of online gamers. Take back consumers from social media, if possible. I actually do not think that they will be capable of doing this one. And with AI, put a bunch of money into an industry that's rapidly growing on the stock market. Just last year, Microsoft hired British AI pioneer Mustafa Suleyman to head up the company's new AI division. Microsoft is also a major investor and shareholder, as said before, in OpenAI, ChatGPT. They're clearly trying to push Azure, especially with their Azure chips, as the go-to for other companies who are looking to use AI and keep selling worker productivity. Microsoft 365 Copilot, GitHub Copilot, Windows Copilot, all of your employees everywhere are going to be using Microsoft's AI services to change the workplace. So invest now before everybody else does and your shares become less valuable, because obviously we're creating the most valuable product of all time, you dummy. Sorry. But this is all pretty obvious. Everyone is talking about AI all the time, and Jesus Christ, I just wish we could roll back to like 10 years ago. But I digress. Here's the thing you maybe didn't know. This is a fair amount of jargon, but let me try to explain it in the simplest way possible. A lot of the Xbox employees...
The reality is that human society only functions if we respect each other and work together. Yeah, it's definitely a thing about childbirth, where like every parent you know is exhausted and hates life. And that's really because we weren't meant to do it alone. You were totally supposed to do that as a community. Sometimes I wish I weren't so woke. You know, like Twitter calls it woke and they're like, oh, you're forcing women and gays into video games. I'm not doing any of that. No part of me does any of that stuff, okay? I am woke in a way that like sometimes I'll like be driving down the street and I'll be like, this should all be farms. What's all this concrete? When did we fuck this up this bad? This should all be farms. It should be farms and little community houses where we socialize. We look after the earth and we look after the animals and we look after each other. What the fuck have we done? And like, I feel like sometimes I really like, I sit there and I go, did we like create the wrong timeline somehow? Like, it seems so obvious that the correct way for mankind to live and be happy is Stardew Valley. Exactly. Stardew Valley. When did that split happen that we just really fucked that up when the solution is so obvious? Like, we know what we need. We need good, fresh food, including fruits and vegetables. And we need community. And we need not even like just basic social interaction where we can be open and vulnerable with each other, right? Like, that's like core human needs. They're all right there. And we're like, but what if building? What if building? What if make money from building? It's so clearly wrong. We're headed for the video game bad end. Yeah, look, I know. I'm really sorry that I genuinely feel bad about it, that my YouTube channel has kind of become so doomer. I keep making really negative videos. The video that I was going to post today, but I'm now going to have to pivot to talk about the film news, was actually kind of positive. But across the board, I keep being like, I just keep feeling the need to make things that I feel urgently about. And I feel bad that so much of it is negative. That I'm like, okay, I only want to make videos about topics that I really, really care about, or topics that like I feel like need to be said. Like if they're screaming out of me and I'm like, holy fuck, I need to say this, is like, that's the content that I will make videos about. It just, right now feels so, everything feels so bad. And it's crazy because on an individual level, I'm really happy. Like, I have a wonderful relationship with someone that I adore and we never fight, you know? Like, I'm very lucky to have that. I get to spend more time with my family than I've ever gotten to spend before after I left my full time job. The work that I'm doing is truly the most fulfilling work that I think I've ever done in my entire life. Like, I have a beautiful dog and I have more friends than I know what to do with. And my life, I make good money. I get to travel all the time. My life is really good. And I don't want to take that for granted that I'm quite happy broad spectrum. But when I look at the world, and not to brag, it feels fucking terrible. And so it's really accidentally, my channel's become really negative, and I'm genuinely, I'm sorry. Like, it's not like, you know, people are like hawking my channel as like their go-to or anything like that, but it just makes me want to scream. And so that's the stuff I make content about. And his estrogen levels are higher than average. That's a very good joke. Yeah, and I kind of feel bad that this is the, like, people already know that it's bad and this is the content that I keep making, and I think it's like it feels pointless to say anything else right now. Like, it's totally the Joker mentality, people watching the world burn and no one's doing anything. I feel like I want to scream. Thank you for reminding me to hydrate. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. So yeah, my point is I'm genuinely sorry that my content has become such a downer. Like, in between, again, there is the video that was going to go up today is not a downer, but like, if you look at this, I try to do some of like these ones every now and then. It's just me talking about a video game franchise that I love, and I had another one scheduled to go up. I was going to do an Outer Wilds video, but being that I only have so much time at all times to make video content, I just feel compelled to talk about the stuff that I feel is really important, and it just keeps being real bummer shit. But I do feel really fucking terrible about the world right now. Like, really, really bad. Again, while individually being very lucky that I am happy. And probably a lot better off than a lot of people are. I'm very, very lucky, you know? Yeah, I'm sorry if I've made you bummed out in any way. Again, I'm too woke, dude. I really am. The Twitter haters who call me woke because they think I'm like a feminazi, wrong. Not the kind of woke that I am. But if you were to call me woke about, like, being obsessed about these social issues, 100%. I wish I could turn it off sometimes. I wish I could turn it off. Old school woke. I'm too aware. I had this conversation with this is crazy. This English guy on a flight. He was very, very nice. Was flying back from Indonesia with my dad, which, by the way, dear God, are they all so happy there. English dude on the flight from Birmingham, and he made some very English, like almost out of nowhere, racist comment about immigrants. And I corrected him on what he said. And then I said something that was like, I don't know, man, maybe I'm too woke, but I just can't not have empathy for people who are trying to migrate to different countries to change their lives because they come from poverty or zones of war. Like, I can't look at those people as anything other than like people in need of help who are just as deserving of the incredible resources that I have access to by living in a first world country, if you could call it that. And he was like, yeah, no, I have empathy too. Like, I totally get it. And I was like, you just fucking 180'd the minute somebody called you on your shit. The second that somebody fucking called you on not caring about people, he was like, no, yeah, I totally agree. I care about them too. I was like, fuck off, you do. But it was like a second of him. How? It was a single second that it took for him to go, yeah, no, totally, man. His original take was they've let too many immigrants into the UK, and that is why crime rates have gone up, because they're letting all these, like he was like, they're letting, these Arabs from all these countries who are really violent come in, and that's why knife crime has increased. And it was like genuinely out of nowhere. Like real, like holy shit. And my response was, I don't think that this is an immigration issue. I think that what you have in terms of knife crime in the UK is actually a youth culture issue, where a lot of these crimes, these stabbings, are committed by, chav white dudes. It's really across the board. It's not coming from Arab culture. It's coming from UK culture. That's why it's fucking happening in the UK so much, where it's like even the guys who are doing this, in some cases, aren't trying to resell these watches or resell these phones. They're doing it to impress their friends. Like they're on record admitting that these things that are happening, these muggings that are happening in the streets in London, are a youth culture problem, where these young boys are doing it to like outbro one another and appear macho. You have a youth culture problem. You do not have an Arab problem. Like it is certainly an issue that is across the board a fucking problem that needs to be fixed. But the problem is not coming from Arabs. It's also generalization in every direction. I genuinely think that my Muslim friends, every one of them is in like the upper echelon of the nicest, most polite, most kind people I know. Every single one of them is like top tier kind human. Obviously that's a generalization. Not every Muslim is going to be a nice person. People from all religions are going to be pieces of shit. That's just the way people work. But like Tamir Hussein, Muslim. That dude's a fucking angel. Tam is so kind and so caring and so like genuine and compassionate and empathetic as a man. I'm trying to think of other Muslims that you guys would know. Yusuf from Ubisoft. He hosts a lot of their Ubisoft presentations. Same exact fucking thing. Yusuf is so kind and so considerate and so empathetic and so sweet. It's like, maybe it's a coincidence that I know fucking angels, but dear God, they're all so sweet. Anyway, I was just like, I don't know, man, maybe I'm too woke, but I kind of think that when one dude is moving to this country to become a cab driver, because he wants to send money home to support his family who all sleep in one fucking apartment, I kind of think he deserves to be here just as much as I do. Hot take. Sorry. Yeah, I feel really bad about the world, and I keep asking, because I know it's just a point where you get older and you start becoming old man yells at crowd, right? Like you go, well, back in my day, but things are really shit, right? Like, Rahul was talking about this yesterday. Racism on social media? Holy fuck, that came like full circle. So there was a period of time where I first started my career. I've been in the games industry for a long fucking time at this point, man. When I first started my career, sexism was pretty bad, but in like a dumb way. So it was just people constantly accusing women of playing video games for male attention. That's all it was. Constantly, you're playing games for attention. You don't really play games, you're trying to appeal to men. That was the through line narrative that just constantly happened. That went away for a while when people were like, oh, women play video games. Wow, that's crazy. But then that was gone for like a pretty long period of time. Like it was like a good maybe 6-7 years where that wasn't a thing anymore. And now it's come back in a much worse way. Now it's people with hundreds of thousands of followers saying women have ruined the games industry. Women are the reason that you aren't happy. Women in this industry are the reason that everything you like sucks. It's like come full circle in a much, much, much worse way. Like, it's not just, oh, you play video games for attention. Now it's, you are the fucking reason for everything I'm unhappy with. Fuck you, I hope you die. Like, it really went away and then came back way worse. And yeah, Rahul was talking about racism on social media yesterday, and he's totally right, where it's like, there was a period of time where you kind of wouldn't just see people, like outside of 4chan, you wouldn't just see people say racist shit in comments without getting shat on or blocked or deleted. Like, that wasn't a thing for a while to the extent that it is now. Now, basically anything. Just constant flood of racist comments, people agreeing with it. They don't get removed. Like, it's just the shit people say about Indians specifically is so accepted. Yeah, people are super openly racist. And I'm like, did Twitter have an impact on that? Did Elon buying Twitter like come that full circle? Like, did it really have that much impact? It's not even that it's free engagement, because sometimes they're not having conversations about it. It's fucking wild, man. It's just fucking wild. But yeah, I try to check myself and be like, is the world actually this bad, or am I being old man yells at cloud? But there's a reason people aren't having kids. There's a reason. People feel like they can't afford it. It's so bad for Canadian TikTok. I bet, dude. I know like Canada's got real racist problems against Indians specifically. Right-wing movements have been accelerating for a while. Yeah, was it Andrew Tate? You know, invested in racist stock early, now making bank. Dude, you're right. Like, yeah, there's a reason people aren't having kids to the same rate that they were. No one feels like they can afford anything. There's no security. There's no sense of community. We're all afraid all the time. Like, it's just... Anytime Trump gets in office, the whole world shifts to right with him. Yeah, I mean, that is true. I do think having Trump in office completely got rid of like the air of professionalism that came with being president. You know what I mean? Like, the sense that you had to act professionally is shattered. He can say whatever the fuck he wants, and we can't go back now. Loss of integrity, totally. I've said this before, but you know how they used to in movies portray an American president, usually a handsome actor, usually quite well spoken, commanding. I think America's ruined their own image so bad that those castings will never really exist again unless they're in films that are like funded by the military. Like, the idea of an American president being suave, absolutely dead. Just killed that. I truly believe what the world right now is my Arsenal winning the Premier League. Can I just, as an aside, again, I've told you at this point, you've been warned. If you're not watching Premier League football, you should be. We can chat about it. Come join us. No gatekeeping. Premier League football fucking rules. You should watch it. I posted after the Wolves draw. Arsenal is currently winning. Wolves are currently last on the table. Arsenal and Wolves drew, which is completely unpredictable. And so I posted on my Instagram story and I wrote, ha, what? And to be clear, it's because my reaction was, what the fuck? Like, it's not like I was trying to go, ha, fuck you guys, you fucking losers. It was funny because it was so unpredictable. Like, I could never have fucking seen that coming. Like, just, what the fuck? Like, it's just incomprehensible that could happen. You know what I mean? And I have so many Arsenal fans in my DMs who are so angry at me. They're like, why do you fucking hate Arsenal so much? You really want City to win? I don't hate Arsenal. I don't. I'm actually, like, in many ways, very cool with Arsenal. I do think Arsenal fans are being pretty dumb on social media in a lot of cases. I will say I don't like Arteta. I do not like him. I actually much prefer Pep Guardiola as a person to Arteta. But I am cool with Arsenal as a whole. It's not even banter. I'm not trying to shit talk. It's just genuinely funny. Just genuinely funny. Like, it's just, I feel I would laugh at us too. I would laugh at us too. Even the players started acting out on the pitch after the equalizer. Dude, it's just fucking wild. Like, just, oh my God, crazy. Do you think there'll be a time when we stop getting single player story-based games? That's already happened. I'm doing like a real Hassan right now because I have been on this for however long. It's like a 20-minute video and we've been here for like an hour or whatever. Look at me go. Look at me go. We're talking about bottle jobs, yeah. It's just funny. I don't know what to tell you. But I'm not saying that like I don't want Arsenal to win. I'm like totally cool with that. Anyway, thank you, Jack. So sorry, the question was, do you think there'll be a time where we stop getting single player story-based games? So that has already happened. And what I mean by that is a game like Concord, a game like Highguard, a game like Marathon. Obviously not Marathon really because of Destiny, but those were studios that would have been traditionally making single player story-based games. That shift has already happened. Like, those would have back in the day been, oh my gosh, thank you so much, Angel Jester. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you. That's so nice of you. Thank you. Yeah, those are studios that back in the day would have been. I paused Sun stream when I heard the news to come here and open to late stage capitalism. You know? Oh, thank you, Ligor. Thank you. I always feel bad when people give me subs. But thank you so much for the gifted subs. I appreciate it. I always want to be like, you don't have to, but thank you. It's really nice of you. Thank you. Anyway, those studios would have already been making those games. They would have been making single player games. So yes, there has already been a huge shift away from single player games. It's already happened to a pretty significant extent. But thank you, Ligor. That's so nice of you. Blue Point. Fucking insane. Fucking just. I like. There's some stuff I know about Blue Point. No, I'm not. I'm not. There's some stuff that I know about Blue Point that like is context that I don't know. Hopefully someone else, hopefully a journalist ends up sharing it. I'm not comfortable sharing it, but there's context surrounding that you don't know. Is all I will say. I'm not comfortable. Sorry. But I don't mean to like be like, well, I know a secret. My case in point is that fucking sucks and it's awful. Fuck everything. But yeah, no, single player games are basically already died in many ways. You're still getting them from first party studios in some cases. I mean, you know, you look at the fucking studio that made Prey, made Redfall. Like, what? It's already happening. But yeah, no, you'll still get some because there's still some demand for it and it sells units. Like, it sells Game Pass, it sells PlayStations for like people to have those big like blockbuster first party games. So they're not going away completely, but yeah, that shift has already happened. It's just happened very incrementally, really, which is kind of what we expected. Thank you, D Shadow King. And Vicariously Effet. We're gonna have to dine on Fable and GTA 6. Dude, Crimson Desert, I'm really excited about. Genuinely, really. I really hope that game's as good as it seems. I did get to play it at Summer Game Fest. Fucking hell, that tech's so cool. Bro, at least we get GTA 6. Here's the thing about GTA 6. I don't disagree with you that it might be the last AAA release. There are games, again, the games that are still in development from all these studios will still come out. But the thing about GTA 6, investors are kind of stupid, okay? Investors are kind of stupid. I know that sounds bold, but they really will just chase the number. They're not really even thinking about the product. Like, the way the stock market was supposed to work was that you believed in a product and thus you funded it and thus you made money for believing in it early. They don't even look anymore. It's just number go up, right? They don't even pay attention to what they're investing in. GTA will do so well for 2K on the stock market. Sorry, for Take-Two. it will do so well that it will massively inflate their shares for a period of time, to the extent that for a small period around and after GTA, we may get slightly more funding in video games. Like, GTA coming when it is actually very good timing. It could extend the life of the AAA industry for a while. Yeah, GTA is actually like a bit of a lifeboat that it should help everybody for a small period of time or for a long period of time. I mean, the retention rate on GTA 5 has been fucking wild. But GTA 6 is actually coming at a really, really, really good time. GTA will be the biggest media launch revenue generator probably of all time. 100%. Zero doubt. I think I said this on a video recently or a stream recently, but I really don't think people will encourage video to make more GPUs. Yes, bro, it will. I think people don't realize, you know, sometimes you see a headline that's like, oh, this company moved their release date because of GTA 6. There are AAA games that exist right now that you don't know about and have not heard of that are coming out way sooner than you think they are because they're afraid of Rockstar delaying GTA 6. So there are AAA games, some of which are basically ready to go, that are not even being announced because they want to make sure GTA comes out when it does. It's that much of a big deal. Like, they're like, we can't announce it, like, because, you know, usually you want to announce something and then you do like a final polish at the end and then release the game. They don't even want to announce them until they're positive GTA is coming out on the date that they say they are. Because they're like, well, if they shift, then we're fucked. So genuinely, there are games you don't even know about that are almost ready to fucking come out because of GTA. It's that much of a big deal. What are the odds GTA 6 flops? Bro, I'd love to take a bet on that. You could bet $1 and you'd make 10 million. There's no chance GTA 6 flops. God, I'm so excited. I really do love GTA. I'm really fucking excited. Like, not only I have something to be hopeful for, you know? Do you see that guy who like murdered his girlfriend or something this week and then got arrested and he was like, I'm not gonna get to play GTA 6, man. I'm pretty stoked about that. I'm really looking forward to it. Good times. But yeah, no, there's way more coming than you even fucking know about. That's how much of a juggernaut GTA 6 is. And hey, if I have anything to stay positive about while the world feels shit and everything feels terrible, it's GTA 6. It's GTA 6. So at least we have that at the end of the day. You ever get the sense that single player games are just more exposed now because budgets have gotten so big? What do you mean by exposed? Break-even point must be insane. Oh, well, yes, partly. It's more complicated than that, but yes. Anyway, sorry, back to this video. Or Microsoft employees who were laid off will have had unvested stock options and restricted stock units, which are otherwise called RSUs. An RSU is effectively a share that the company is like promising you. Like, they tell you you will get 1,000 shares if you stay at the company for a certain amount of time. I feel like I should restart this point because it's a thing that I don't think a lot of people know about. And bro, she's spitting. Are you going to be streaming more? Just curious. Love the just chatting. Yeah, I've been away. I addressed this on my last stream, but because I was making a movie, I filmed a feature film, creative producer, and I co-wrote the script in the whole of December. And then January, I was in Australia and I've been working full time. But for now, until the next time that I have to travel, yeah, 3 days a week at least. Anyway. But I digress. Here's the thing you maybe didn't know.
Sorry, did I just say something that I didn't mean? Why are you all congratulating me? I'm confused. Jeff, did I just say something that I didn't mean to? Didn't I say the same thing that I've said before? Thank you for the congrats, but this is a thing you already knew, isn't it? You said, oh wow, congrats, like you didn't know. Jeff, you specifically know. You of all people know. Yeah, I made a feature film, I co-wrote script. Oh, you're being sarcastic. Oh, thank God. I was like, did I just leak something? Oh, fuck. How's my thumb? Thank you for asking. It turns out that the joint is also bruised, so
It's still really fat. She really quite large, and it turns out that I have a bruise right here too. So anyway, appreciate it, Jeff.
Fair amount of jargon, but let me try to explain it in the simplest way
hear
possible.
her out. I'm gonna
A
hear her
lot
out.
of the Xbox employees or Microsoft employees who were laid off will have had unvested stock options and restricted stock units, which are otherwise called RSUs. An RSU is effectively a share that the company is like promising you. Like they tell you you will get 1,000 shares if you stay at the company for a certain amount of time. It's an incentive to stay at a company for a longer time, and it's sort of the promise that if you put in the time and the hard work, you will own a tiny part of the company. You get shares, you can sell them if you want to, but only after you've stayed for the allocated amount of time. Or you can keep them and hope number continue to go up. And to be clear, even one Microsoft share is worth a lot of money. So on paper, it's actually a very good deal. If you get laid off, however, you will often lose your RSUs. Laying off 9,000 people is akin to Microsoft taking 9,000 shares back. Akin to, that's not literal, but there are exceptions as well, to be clear. I'm just trying to explain this as simply as possible. There is a ton of variability. But basically, the shares are just directly returned to the company sometimes. It goes right back into the stock market for the rich people to buy up at a time where they and every stockbroker and every investment firm on the planet is projecting incredible growth due to AI. So get rid of the stupid little humans stealing all your shares with their stupid little jobs. Make all those shares available, which aligns perfectly with this very aggressive boom of a
Basically, by laying off a bunch of employees, you get their stock options back, and that helps them in terms of the insane, unprecedented, never before seen growth in the stock market regarding AI.
Shift into the direction.
It's a weird part of
AI.
layoffs that
Video
people
games
don't
are
really think
simply
about.
not as valuable right now to shareholders as AI is, so it makes sense. Basically, I feel like I see a lot of the conversation about Xbox being dead or how they're failing horribly, and that's what these layoffs show. But they aren't really. The brand is just changing and really significantly has been for the past several years. This isn't a recent thing. I guess you could say Xbox, as you have previously known it, is dead, but it's not in the way that I think people who are saying that are envisioning. Like, Xbox isn't having its head pushed into a toilet to get swellies from PlayStation and Nintendo. It's just Microsoft being Microsoft. They've consistently seen growth over the last 10 years.
It's like
the
Microsoft
Xbox brand is always been a small part of that, but it's not an unimportant part. Xbox is helpful for their consumer brand. Game Pass offers a profitable subscription service, which is certainly appealing to investors. All of their current work on the cloud being integrated with gaming expands the reach of that.
They're going to go full cloud
technology,
for sure.
And the IP
that
comes from the gaming division opens up avenues for other multi.
I do actually. I think I've said this before. I might even say it here. I actually think that, again, while I'm devastated about this news and we're all fucked, I think Xbox, that division versus Sony, is more likely to succeed. Sony seems like the healthier company right now, but they have not adapted to AI or the cloud in the way that Xbox have. It's like Microsoft is doing it early, but
multimedia projects. Xbox continues to add value to the Microsoft brand as far as the stock market is concerned.
That is less true now.
It really matters, even if that value has never been huge to the company to begin with. The layoffs are not a result of some colossal failure, is kind of what I'm trying to say.
That's also true.
They're a result of shifting.
Yeah. So at the time, again, this is 7 months ago, people thought these layoffs would like there are a lot of YouTubers who were like, this is Phil's fault for making these bad decisions. It's not. It's the stock market. It's just them reacting to the stock market. That's all it is. Mike Bithell said something quite good, Ari. The situational blue sky, to paraphrase a friend, stay on the path, make good things. India's always flourished in the face of AAA distraction. Times are bad, but let others de-skill. Yeah. I do think, like, this really sucks. It really sucks real bad. I haven't even read the news article, but it does make me feel even more inspired to be working on Layers Deep, which is entirely human-made, no AI, fully hand-animated. I think that's really cool. I think that's real cool. Let's actually read the news article, though, shall we? Boyo. When I first saw this headline, I thought that it was Sarah Bond takes over. And so I was like, that's the point where it fucked me up, was when I read Sarah Bond resigns, Microsoft AI guy takes over. After more than a decade in charge of Xbox, Phil Spencer has announced he is retiring from his position at the top of Microsoft's gaming division in an exclusive interview with IGN. Fucking hell. Sarah Bond's the president of Xbox, who's also leaving the company. Asha Sharma has been promoted to CEO of Microsoft Gaming, who is changing roles from president of Microsoft's core AI product. Xbox Game Studios head Matt Booty is being promoted to chief content officer. Matt's great. IGN article in the pin message. Oh, okay, thank you. I'll go to the source. Oh, there we go. Appreciate that. I mean, I'm happy for Phil to be able to retire. I'm going to just send him a message real quick. Let me just message Phil and say, hope he's okay. Phil Spencer. Sorry, just sent Phil a message. He's always been really lovely to me. Okay. Phil Spencer retiring, Sarah Bond out, Matt Booty promoted as Microsoft AI exec, Asha Sharma named new Xbox boss exclusive. I'm not surprised they went through Ryan to do this, to be fair. Give Phil our best. I said, genuinely devastated to see you go, but I hope you enjoy retirement. Let me know next time you're in town. Always down to grab a coffee. He is a really fucking lovely human. He really is. I've been critical of his decisions. I've praised some decisions. Phil is a fucking nice guy. Okay. Microsoft Gaming CEO Phil Spencer, who has been at Microsoft since he joined as an intern in 1988. Wild. Also, Fable is still on, yes. And with Xbox since the software giant launched its first console in 2001, is retiring. Sources familiar with the matter who are not authorized to speak publicly confirmed to IGN. Spencer's retirement is effective on Monday, February 23rd, which they both got pushed out. Let's be real. This is not... Anyway. Xbox President Sarah Bond, long thought by many both inside and outside of Microsoft to be Spencer's heir apparent, has resigned. The new CEO of Microsoft Gaming will be Asha Sharma, currently the president of Microsoft's core AI product. Fuck, dude, it sucks so bad. Oh, God. And there's some shit going on at Sony, by the way, that you don't know about, too. Let me say that. It's all fucked. Okay. Finally, Xbox Game Studios head Matt Booty is being promoted to Chief Content Officer and will work closely with Sharma. I do think Matt Booty knows what he's doing. I had a conversation with him only a couple of weeks ago. He knows what he's doing. Oh no, billionaire retired. How sad. It sucks he was replaced by Satan, though. You've completely missed the point. Objection, if that's what you've completely missed the point. Have you read a letter to the Xbox community? No, could you link that, Phil? Oh, sorry, Jeff. Why do I always call you other names? Jeff, could you just throw that link in here? In the chat, and I'll click it to read afterwards. Oh, unless it's in here. I can't open Discord because I don't know where it is, so it might open on the screen and everyone would see my Discord. Phil Spencer is probably not a billionaire, but that's not the point. That's not the point. Okay, thank you. I want to thank Phil for his extraordinary... Sorry. Yep, no, I'm good. Leadership and partnership. Ugh. Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella said in an email sent to Microsoft staff, over 38 years at Microsoft, including 12 leading gaming, Phil helped transform what we do and how we do it. Spencer, in his email to Microsoft staff, said in part, last fall I shared with Satya that I was thinking about stepping back and starting the next chapter of my life. From that moment, we aligned on approaching this transition with intention, ensuring stability, and strengthening the foundation we've built. Again, they got pushed out. He lost control of the brand. They don't care anymore because of AI. That's what happens. From that moment, we aligned on approaching this transition with intention, ensuring stability. Yeah, okay. It's a vibrant community of players, creators, and teams who care deeply about what we build and how we build it, and it deserves to be a thoughtful, deliberate plan for the road ahead. Today marks an exciting new chapter for Microsoft Gaming as Asha Sharma steps into the role of CEO, and I want to be the first to welcome her to this incredible team. Working with her over the past several months has given me tremendous confidence. She brings genuine curiosity, clarity, and a deep commitment to understanding players, creators, and the decisions that shape our future. We know this is an important moment for our fans, partners, and team, and we're committed to getting it right. I'll remain in an advisory role through the summer to help support a smooth handoff. Sharma is a former VP of product engineering at Meta and former Instacart COO. Ugh. She's also a board member of the Home Depot. She joined Microsoft in 2024. In her email to Microsoft staff, she wrote in part, "My first job is simple. Understand what makes this work and protect it. This starts with 3 commitments. First, great games. Everything begins here. We must have great games beloved by players before we do anything. I don't fucking buy any of this. Unforgettable character stories that make us feel innovative gameplay and creative excellence. We will empower our studios, invest in iconic franchises, and back bold new ideas. Don't buy it. All bullshit. We will take risks. We will enter new categories and markets where we can add real value. AI. Grounded in what players care most about. No, it isn't. I promoted Matt Booty in honor of this commitment. Again, Matt is pretty great. He understands the craft and challenges of building great games, has led teams that deliver award-winning work, and has earned trust of the game developers across the industry. Second, the return of Xbox. We will recommit to our core fans and players, those who have invested with us for the past 25 years, and to the developers who build it's all horseshit. Don't lie to me. All horseshit. As monetization and AI evolve and influence this future, we will not chase short-term efficiency or flood our ecosystem with soulless AI slop. Okay. Games are and always will be art crafted by humans and created with the most innovative technology provided by us. Yes, so this is like, it's in your email to Microsoft staff. This is clearly written for the public, not staff. Do you think we're stupid? Do you think we're dumb? Love, come on now. Booty said in his email to Microsoft staff, "Looking forward, I'm excited to partner with Asher as our next Backstreet Boys." This is the first time I've been like, fuck yeah, an ad? At the Vegas Sphere, summer 2026? I'm gonna get tickets to that. See me at the Backstreet Boys Sphere concert, y'all. Okay, looking forward, I'm excited to partner with Asher as our next CEO. Our conversation centered on her commitment to making great games, and the role that plays in our overall success. She asks questions, pushes for clarity, and shut up. All of you stop it. Spence, yep, okay. I think that's kind of it then. Okay, so what does the Sarah Bond one say? That's such a Nutella message, Phil Spencer message. I just didn't see the Sarah Bond one. Oh, is there not one from Sarah Bond in here? Sorry. Hey, I want it that way. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. That's Sasha Nutella. Phil Spencer. Asher Sharma. Matt Booty. Yeah, okay, so Sarah Bond didn't say anything? Without any message, which is making her resignation all the more obvious, right? Yeah. Yeah. If she didn't say anything, yeah. That's all the word we need. Good on her, man. These people did care. Fucking awful, man. This sucks so bad. A lot of layoffs across the games industry. This is only going to get worse than it already has gotten. AI has eaten all of our resources. It's a fucking shit show. But I will say, yeah, it does at least make me go, come on, indies, this is your time. Be creative. Make cool shit together. Have fun doing it. There will be less AAA games, which means more times for indies to shine. Get weird, get creative, make things that only you can. This is a spotlight on the last bastion of people in this industry making art that is uninfluenced by fucking AI slop. This is Xbox committing to doing this. Again, there's shit going on at Sony too. I think you can see it as an opportunity. You can see it as an opportunity to, as sad as it is, make cool shit together, including the, continued Xbox staff who will be laid off. That is going to continue to happen, unfortunately. Get together and make cool shit. It's the best I can possibly think about it. Sad thing about Phil leaving is I think he did care about smaller games. I really think Phil cared and did his best under Microsoft. I genuinely really believe that. I think that He did his best in a system where he had very little power. I think he really liked video games. I think he really cared about the teams. I don't think any of that was marketing bullshit. I think Phil really actually cared. He just didn't really... The power was slowly stripped from him more and more and more. And I would guess
At Slots LV, we're all about creating special moments for you. Moments that make you feel alive. Where it's just you and the thrill of the...
The ad's muted! How did it got through the mute? Oh. How dare you? That's fucking diabolical, dude. That's... Jesus Christ. Oh. Is that the new Wings Club game? I would guess that his resignation came at a time where he realized that he was losing a losing battle. He just didn't have any power left, and there was nothing he could do. Which, good on him. Get out before they ruin your legacy entirely, you know? They really were against him in a lot of ways, so. The thing that I will say about indie dev that I do think people kind of don't realize when it comes to like AAA studios leaving and becoming indie. A lot of players will say, why don't you just make your own game studio? People have said that to me, right? Just make your own game studio. What's the problem? Just you can do it. You've got all the, you know, the people, you've got the resources. Why don't you just make your own studio, bro? With what money? To run a game studio, you need to be able to pay people salaries from day one. When you're making your first game, you have no revenue. I know this seems obvious, but I feel like people miss it all the time. When you're making your first game, you have no revenue. There's no money coming in. So you're all working for free. Considering society, people got to pay bills. It's not feasible. Like, could I ask 10 good friends if they would make a video game with me? Yes. Could I afford to pay them? No. I couldn't even afford to pay them for a month, let alone 3 years of dev cycle. So I think they're like, why don't you just make your own game studio, make your own game? If you love it, you do it. It's just not feasible when you have bills to pay. It's one that kind of confuses me how often people misunderstand. It's not really possible to just do that. You can do it if you have another job, if you're working indie, or if you have income from a different game, if you're working indie. But for the most part, just not really feasible. Not really feasible. Just stop being poor. Yeah, basically. Just stop being poor. Who is funding Layers Deep? Currently, nobody. So we do it in our spare time. Layers Deep is funded by some of the merch sales, but obviously that's like not enough to pay our salaries. I haven't been paid for Layers Deep the whole time I've worked on it, so it's completely for free. There was a Kickstarter, which is how they funded the beginning of development, which is largely a lot of like Josh's artwork and our Eric, our programmer's like beginning dev work, but that money ran out, so there is no money. It's being funded by blood, sweat, and tears. Yeah, nothing. Thank you, Goblin on Mike Johnson. So start a game studio, could start as a side hustle and then go full-time once they have success. Yeah, once you've sold a game and made a bunch of money, which, by the way, extremely rare. Very difficult to do. Totally correct. Expedition 33 is a really, really great example. Doesn't happen often, but it's also, you have to have another job in order to do that. And all these people who are game devs who are being laid off, generally, you know, makes sense. Their field is game development. There are no fucking jobs for them. That's all there is. There isn't anymore. Dumb question, what made you want to work with the Layers Deep team? They emailed me, and it's one of the only times this has ever worked with their Kickstarter. And I do read a lot of like indie dev emails, like they like pitches, and most of them are really bad. This one I saw their story. The studio, I guess our studio, I'm part of it, is called Tall Order Games because Josh, who was the one who like started Layers Deep, was laid off from an animation job. And he figured that getting the game funded was a tall order. But this was like that, it would be impossible. So they emailed me asking for support on the Kickstarter, and I saw the art and I saw kind of the world of the game and was like, this looks fucking gorgeous. Hell yeah. I love this story and I love that you're doing this. Let me help however I can. So I helped them with the Kickstarter. And because they were so sweet throughout that process, and I liked even conversing with them about that, I was like, if you need any writing, let me know. I don't think this game would need much writing, but like I'd be happy to continue to help just because I believe in this project. And then it just kept escalating. So I just kept writing, and now my title is narrative director. So yeah, I just really liked the way that game looked, and then liked them as people, and here we are. But yeah, I mean, I'm not getting paid for it. If you're a programmer, you can just move to software dev. Yeah, they'll all have to move to fucking making AI, which is wild. I'm really wondering why Sony is closing down Bluepoint, where they know people are starving for any content in regards to Bloodborne. Listen, what I will say is this. Tangerines. What I will say is this. The Bloodborne thing is more complicated than you think it is. Tangerines. Michael Caine. Yeah, AI is also cannibalizing software jobs, 100%. Yeah. But Sony closing down Bluepoint, yeah, it really fucking sucks, man. Really, really sucks. Yeah. I was waiting for the Bluepoint to make something original. So were they. I've heard from so many people the BB situation is super complicated behind the scenes. Yeah, as said, I don't want to make any comment on it. I don't think I should do that, but I'm sure a journalist will find it, but it is more complicated than you think it is. You see the AI bubble popping anytime soon? It kind of already is a little. I don't know, the projections from like, you know, people who are actual financial advisors, which like anytime that I make any comment on AI or I make a video about AI, that's where I'm getting my information from, right? Is from people who are professional economists or financial advisors or like even stockbrokers. Like it is, I'm getting it from a variety of people who actually work in that field rather than inventing it myself. And the projections are from as early as late this year to as late as 2032. My current guess would be late 2027, I think, will be when it like really bursts, sorry. It's not a bubble, we're still in AI infancy. The only way that you can believe that it's not a bubble is if you don't know anything about it. It's genuinely the only way. This is in every way, in every facet, in every shape, a bubble. Like even Sam Altman, the guy who lies constantly out his ass about how great AI is, admitted that it's a bubble. He himself said, yes, it's a bubble. It absolutely is. There's so much money in it from companies who are, many of which, just going to shut down. It's 100% it is a bubble, objectively. That's not the same as your second part of your sentence, which was it still has advancements coming. It being a bubble and it still having advancements coming are not mutually exclusive. Both of those things can operate independently. Yes, there are still advancements in AI. Yes, it is also a bubble. Can be both. AI's generally lost its blank check status with state, federal governments. Yeah, I mean, a lot of the deals are starting to look a lot more skeptical too. Like a lot of the more recent deals are very, very contingent, like a lot of contingencies, which they weren't initially. So even they are showing their own doubts in their own contracts. Yeah, there was a dot-com bubble too. Internet is still here. Yeah, totally. Yes. I said that in my video about it. Exactly that same thing. That AI is not going to just disappear entirely. It's not gone forever. It's like the mainstays of it will stay around forever and will be used by people forever. It's just the current spending is disproportionate to any possible projected earnings. If anything, I wanted AI to help push projects in a way that did not deter from their quality, but also reduce time to create them. So many AAA games are years of investment, often risky if you're starting a new IP. Yeah, I just, I get what you're saying, but it's just such a corporate way of thinking, which, yeah, the world's run by corporations, but like I said this in my video about it as well, that like making games faster means more games come out. The games industry does not have a shortage of video games problem. In fact, it's one of the things that's making things more competitive. There are more games releasing right now than there have ever been before. There are thousands and thousands of games releasing. It's a like unfathomable amount of video games be coming out. And with that, it's so competitive. Like there are more games coming out than there are hours human beings have to play those games. So making games faster doesn't actually solve any market need. In theory, it makes an individual game cheaper to make, but unless you are laying off all of those employees, which obviously you often are, you still just like go into the next game immediately after anyway. So the spending year by year would be the same. It would be less on an individual project, but the actual spending on a studio year by year would be the same. I just don't think that having games come out faster actually solves a problem for the market. There is no market need that pertains to we need games to come out faster. It's not like if games got cheaper, they'd be any cheaper to buy. No, totally. Yeah, if AAA games got cheaper to make, they wouldn't be cheaper to buy. It'd go up anyway. That person's logic was like, it's easier to justify the investment on a new IP if you're not spending as much money on it, which is true. But I also think like that ship has sailed. New IPs few and far between these days for that exact reason. Games are getting too fast fashion these days. Sort of. I mean, I wouldn't say that because it still takes them fucking ages to make. They'll get fast fashion when AI comes through. Honestly, what can we do about it, really? That to the second seems like day by day we're just getting more and more devastated and hopeless. Yeah, I'm sorry. What can you do about it? Okay. You, as an individual, have very little power versus the stock market, of course. But if there's anything that you want to do to help, fund the individual things that you believe in. Your time is really important. So spend time playing games. That's one of them. People are spending too much time on social media these days and far less time playing video games. But actually just really buy the games you believe in and stop buying fucking shit you don't need. Like, consumerism is what keeps you enslaved. Stop buying shit you don't really even care about. Be more thoughtful with your purchases, is what I'm trying to say. Be more thoughtful with the way that you spend money. Think about the things that you are funding with your money, not just like the immediate gain that you get from those things. Think about the projects that you are funding, that you are putting your money towards. Be a more intentional consumer. I think that can help. If you hate FIFA and you complain about FIFA every year, stop buying FIFA. I understand that the system has us all very hooked on new purchase and shiny new thing. And oh my God, new game came out and everyone is talking about I must play new game. Really try to get that out of your head. Again, there's not that much you can do in the face of the stock market, but like one of them is stop using AI, stop using ChatGPT, stop using it. Their numbers go down, their shares go down. That is especially true right now where AI is concerned, considering it's not making any money. So the only value they have really currently is user base. Stop using it. Be intentional with your time and your money. That is my answer to that. If it feels hopeless, the thing you can do is fund things that you actually care about rather than just things that you want. You know? Try to take money off of things that you don't want. And of course, there's no ethical consumption under capitalism. You can only do so much with that. Right now, I'm streaming from Twitch, owned by Amazon. Jeff Bezos is a piece of shit, right? I'm doing that. There's only so much that you can do. Not everything is always possible, but be intentional where you can and really try to get rid of that thing in your head that applies to pretty much all of us by the way that the system is designed. We live in a society, you know what I mean? Yeah, got to pick your battles, exactly. Stop needing to buy the shiny new thing all the time. And instead, yeah, think about what you're buying and why. For example, maybe this is something I'll start doing. I haven't thought about it before right now, but maybe I will once a month, even if I don't have time to play it, as someone who does have some expendable income, maybe I will buy an indie game based on the fact that it looks cool, even if I know I won't have time to play it. I would prefer to do that than order Postmates or Uber Eats. I would prefer to do that than buy something new on Amazon. I would prefer to do that than, like, again, that's me like spending money, but like that's supporting an indie game that I think looks cool, that has cool art, that I can vet, that doesn't use AI or whatever, and take that money away from some bullshit that I don't actually need. Like, you know, the cost to order Uber Eats is more expensive than buying most indie games, right? Literally, the delivery fee that goes to that mega corporation, partly fucking Saudi funded there too, is more expensive than an individual indie game that takes somebody 5 years to make. Maybe that's the thing I'll start doing. Every time I go to like open Uber Eats or whatever, I'm like, I'm feeling lazy. I will close it and I will buy an indie game instead. But yeah, that's the thing you can do to help. And I get that it may not feel like a lot and isn't a lot in the face of the stock market, but if everyone starts doing it, it does go a long way. That is really the only thing you can do. Fund things you believe in. Take your money out of mega corporations wherever you can. And yeah, I said this earlier. I do think this is a really good time for indies to shine. At this point, I don't care if the whole AAA industry burns to the ground. I care a lot for all the people I know who work there. And I do definitely care in terms of like, I'm sad today because it feels like confirmation that the games industry that I have loved my whole life is dead. We've lost something with this. It's gone. The thing that I loved and shaped where I am and who I am. You know what I mean? It's like the reason I live in America is because I was playing the Nintendo 64 as a kid, and then the Xbox and the PlayStation and the fucking Xbox 360 that like shaped so much of my life is the reason I'm in this country. It's like such a part of me, and it's really sad to watch it burn down in this way. But now that it is, I'm like, cool, fuck it. Fuck you then. It's all indie from here on out. Except that I will be playing Resident Evil. Also, Capcom kind of based sometimes. Capcom, kind of cool, actually. I am wearing Sarah's shirt while saying this, yes. We'll support Saros, okay? Pick your battles. I'm not going to stop playing Saros. As a small game developer, your words immensely helped thousands of creators out there, whether you believe it or not. Man, I hope so. Thank you. Just want to say thank you to every lazy person who orders Uber Eats because you're paying for my rent. I'm sorry. Also, tip your workers. That's also a thing. Tip people. It's just oof. Man, the Remedy stuff's so sad. They're dead too, dude. They're done too. They're fucking that new CEO. I think this sort of stuff has ups and downs, dark as it may sound. I am hoping this economic turmoil may change how we consume and produce stuff. I don't know, dude. It's wild. We're going places. There is a Pokemon Presents next Friday. Speaking of companies that don't pay their employees enough and make garbage products that I keep buying. There's that. Support small streamers. Any primers in chat? Support small streamers? Yeah, do that. Thanks for 244 subscribers, everybody. Look at me go. Thank you. Yeah, right. I appreciate it. Like I said, I've been apologizing for making such bummer content lately. I did have a separate YouTube video going up today that, again, I think was not a bummer, actually. That one it's a real plea to indie game devs that hopefully is inspiring. rather than negative, but I will pivot to now making a video about the Phil stuff for sure. Aren't they actually making a non-Pokemon game for once? Yeah, and it actually looks really cool. Thank you, Rolfie1. Enlightened new SCOTUS shut down some of Trump's tariffs, so now he's imposing a 10% global tariff using a different law. My man. Genius. Making moves no matter what. I did see that they announced that the tariffs were illegal. I did see that. You think I need to bring back good gaming news? Maybe I do. You know why I stopped doing it? I think I said this before. It was a fun thing to do. I was doing good gaming news every second week. I think everybody, where I just like would find good gaming news and talk about it. Maybe I'll bring it back on stream. The reason I stopped doing it was because some of the good gaming news that I had been covering ended up basically not being true. And I was like, you can't fucking, you sons of bitches. You promised me this shit and it doesn't even turn out right. And so I was like, fuck it all. Which is really sad. It was the Callisto Protocol specifically that broke me. I had been covering that game like the whole time I was doing that little, it was just like a little YouTube news segment that I did for a while. It was pretty scrappy, but I would just get positive gaming news stories. And they were talking about that game in a way that was so fucking hype, and then it came out and was not that good. And I was like, why you gotta let me down like that? Why you gotta let me down? Such a shame. Slightly off topic, how was the Resident Evil Requiem event you went to, Alanah? Yeah, it was really cool. It was a Porsche event. So Porsche was like driving people around in Porsches for Resident Evil, because there's like a Resident Evil Porsche. But it was nice. Yeah, I'm friends with Nick, who plays Leon. He's a really lovely guy. Maggie was there, who plays Lady Dimitrescu, and they are both like angels, like just genuinely 10 out of 10 fantastic humans. So hung out with them a bunch of that night, and yeah, we are having Nick on Acting 101 this week for anyone who watches my podcasts. So if you have any questions for Leon, Patreon supporters, I'll put a post up for you to leave him there. I'm really far behind on getting podcasts up. I'm just behind on everything. I broke my thumb and it makes work hard. You know, I just... For some reason, I thought it was Matt Mercer who plays Leon. No, it's Nick Apostle. He's Greek, I think, or Italian. I think he might be Italian. It's a long last name. I don't know what to tell you. He's great though. He's really wonderful. You have a podcast? Boy, do I have some podcasts for you. We're also recording a new movie house next week. We have not recorded a single Play Watch listen this month, unfortunately. But hopefully next week we will finally get to it on Tuesday. But I'm really behind. Sorry about that. I am also behind on answering Patreon questions, yes. Behind on many things. Send Help was very good. Yes, we'll be talking about Send Help. Keep Going, Don't Die, whatever the fuck it is. Do you not need a cast of some sort for the thumb? Yes, I finally got a splint today, though it's not here yet, but yeah. How's my thumb now? Still sucks. Thank you for asking. Perfectly aligned with the webpage. Looks like you're embedded onto the site. Yeah, I did it to cover the ads, sort of. Like when I put the webpage over, I did it so that I could cover the ads. Good luck, have fun, don't I? That's it, yeah. Did you hear about the Pokemon card shop robbery? None? Hang on, I'm gonna check Twitter to see if I can find any more. Like news. Did Phil say anything? Okay, here we go. Phil Spencer, Xbox P3. It's rare in life to know when a chapter is closing, but after 38 years at Microsoft, that moment has arrived for me. I've made the decision to retire and begin the next chapter of my life. It's a milestone that's given me a chance to reflect on the incredible journey I've been fortunate enough to share with many of you. I'm excited for Asha Shah as she steps into the CEO role. She's joining an incredible group of people. A team's full of talent, heart, and a deep commitment to the players they serve. Watching her lean in with curiosity and a real desire to strengthen the foundation of what we built gives me confidence that our Xbox communities will be well supported in the years ahead. Thinking back to my start as an intern in 1988, that's so wild, man. Wild. I've been lucky to work with so many compassionate creators, partners, colleagues, and players across the industry, people who challenged me, taught me, and made this work full of joy and wonder. Thank you, everyone who's been a part of this chapter community. Has meant more to me than I can say. From here, I'll keep doing what's always mattered so much to me, cheering on the teams pushing this industry forward and playing alongside this incredible community. I'll see you online. And I'm sure he will. I don't doubt that Phil will continue playing video games. Real gamer confirmed. Love to see it. Not a fake gamer. Xbox these past 2 years is crazy. The whole industry the past 2 years is crazy. Not takes over Bethesda? No. No. No, he probably good to retire forever. Phil's not that old though, right? I think he's still like kind of young, or he just looks really good. Phil Spencer is 58 years old. I mean, the retirement age used to be 60, right? Dude, he worked at Xbox from the time that he was 20. That's crazy. That's just like his whole life. Wow. Well, good on him, man. Spend time with your family when you can. He does look good for 58, I agree. He looks great. Surely it wasn't Xbox then? No, it was Microsoft. When you say 20, how old is Xbox? Yeah, again, it was Microsoft that he worked for that long, not Xbox. Microsoft. He was an intern at Microsoft. There's a statement on the Microsoft blog. I have a link, but I don't know if I can copy paste. I think I may have already read that. He'll have a good pension then? Totally, he'll have a good pension. He's probably got insane shares. Phil will be just fine. Phil will be just fine. Not concerned about him in the slightest. Maybe Phil will take over LFC like Peter Moore did. You know? I would welcome him. I would welcome him. It's good to remember good stuff as well. We made amazing stuff, indie devs and small studios, while big companies fumbling around. For all we lost, we may have one more. Yeah, again, I'm base level really bummed, but there's hope to be had elsewhere. It includes a statement from Ash, which seems relatively bearish on A, which is, yeah, we did read that. I don't buy it. I think it's full of shit. The Nazi site always makes me recoil. Yeah, so to be clear, I do not post on Twitter at all, but I do still occasionally, like if I have to open it, which is very rare, if I have to open it to look at something, I will. Phil said he wasn't retiring soon in July of last year. A, people can change their minds. B, people can fucking get pushed out. I definitely think he got pushed out. On the bright side, the Dow is over 50,000. Why aren't we talking about the Dow right now? You want me to talk about sexual assault? What about the S&P? Alanah being independent was amazing. It was so cool to be in a packed theater. I even took my mom to fill in a seat. I took my dad. Thank you for deleting your Twitter account, ZThunderHorse23. I'm so glad to hear that. Yeah, I'm very happy when anyone tells me that they were able to do that. That's awesome. I get why some people can't. I can't, in part because impersonation's like a huge problem for anyone with a significant following. Like, people would just immediately remake my account and fake being me and scam people and shit like that. But it is also because I do reporting sometimes. I make a YouTube video where I have to see things on Twitter. I'm not saying everyone has to delete it, but if you don't need either of those things, fucking get rid of it. I would as soon as possible. My last post was April 13, 2025. Technically, my last post was March 6th. Almost a whole year ago. I can't delete my Twitter. I'm afraid people will do a fake me. How many followers do you have? Not a real concern. Also, good on you, JX Boogs. MVP. I'm very happy for all the people who did that. Every day gets better thinking about this bad news. Thank you. Yeah, I'd say it sucks. It really sucks. It sucks real bad. You don't need to. If you have only over 1,000 followers, you don't need to worry about impersonation. You should delete it. You have 1 sub, that's the real reason. Yeah, I've never posted anything for subscribers. I don't really know what that does or means. I just know that someone is subscribed to me on Twitter. No clue. Can never stand staying on Twitter for more than 5 minutes anyways. Dude, if you look at the home feed, it's a fucking shit show. Just terrible. It's passive income. Yeah, whoever this one person is. I don't want to dox them in case I click it, but I genuinely have no idea. It's so funny. And before it's Rahul, he deleted Twitter. He don't have it. Okay, so let's look up. How do we spell her name? Sharma. It's just Asha Sharma, right? I know it detailed some of it, but I want to look up her actual entire work history. What does board member of Home Depot even mean? You have a Wikipedia. No, that's an actress. She maybe doesn't have a Wikipedia? Huh, okay. I don't have LinkedIn. I can't. You have to log into LinkedIn to see LinkedIn. Otherwise, I would love to. University of Minnesota, Carlson School of Management. Yeah, so fucking annoying. I'm not logging into LinkedIn. What am I, a psychopath? Well, this is worth noting at the very least. Remember how she said all that? She talked that big talk about, no, we're not going to use AI that much even. Don't worry about it. Like, not a big deal. Stop. Outside of this, her last 2 things are Anthropic Claude Sonnet 4.6 is available and AI upskilling. Lying to my face, Asha. Lying to my face. Everything you said was a lie. It's right fucking there. You're like, we love video games. Crazy that you've never worked on any video game ever or have anything to do with video games and that the things you're interacting with are all AI based. Crazy. Who could have seen that coming? No. Thank you, Jeff. Okay, this is on... So this is technically propaganda because it's on the Microsoft website, but let's read it anyway. Asha Sharma, President, Core AI. Fucking kill myself. Asha Sharma is President, leading product development for Microsoft's Core AI product. So she's President of Core AI and running Xbox? She hasn't left Core AI, right? She's just doing both? In this role, she oversees the teams and technologies that power AI across Microsoft and its. In this role, she oversees the teams and technologies that power AI across Microsoft and we're fucked. This sucks so bad. Oh God. We had it good, man. We had it real good for a long time. I feel like the gaming era of like 90, before I was alive, obviously, up until probably even like 2020. Shit was real good. We had a good run. In this role, she oversees the teams and technologies of Power AI across Microsoft and its enterprise customers, spanning critical infrastructure, foundation models, and end-to-end tool chains for building, managing, and deploying AI and agentic applications. Her portfolio includes Azure AI Foundry, Azure OpenAI Service, Azure Machine Learning, Responsible AI, AI Search, Customizable APIs, and Azure AI Services. She also leads applied engineering, computational engineering, and growth for Microsoft's Core AI division. Prior to joining Microsoft, Sharma served as Chief Operating Officer of Instacart. I've said this before. This is a thing that I say to all games journalists or wannabe games reporters or whatever. is if you want to find out the direction that a company is heading, look at their CEO's history. It is a surefire way to see what a company is trying to do, is who they hire as CEO every single time, or like director. Whoever is in charge of that company, whatever their work history is, tells you what they care about. Phil came from software and worked at Xbox. This woman, I'm not gonna like call her a fake gamer for no reason, but I don't know if she plays video games. But doesn't give a fuck about video games. In a business sense. Prior to joining Microsoft, Sharma served as with full P&L responsibility overseeing product design, data science, research, marketing, operations, customer support, and new business initiatives. Earlier as vice president of product at Meta, she oversaw Messenger, Instagram, Direct, Messenger Kids, remote presence, calling and video, and company-wide platform services. Sharma serves on the boards of the Home Depot and Coupang. She holds a Bachelor of Science in Business. That is always the one as well. You can tell me what they studied. You can usually tell me what the intention is of the company. I've always defended Todd Howard. He started in game development. Studios 100% getting closed, yes. From the University of Minnesota's Carlson School of Management. Tuesday, November 8th. She had a keynote. Is this a thing I can watch? She's in it somewhere? Is this what this is saying? Okay. I wonder if I can find you have time codes? Opening perspectives, Justin's keynote, AI industry. This is all about AI, man. Does it say where she is? Just got to go through. Hang on. Okay, here we go. 43 minutes.
There's a maker in every one of us, empowering citizen developers and professional developers and enabling them all to collaborate with IT to create amazing AI solutions, and then allowing them to build upon new layers, new fundamental building blocks that embody context and intelligence is what it's all about. Here to share more about ubiquitous innovation, please welcome to the stage, Asha Sharma.
See what I got to say, love? See what you got to say.
Every person in every role now holds the power to create right inside of the tools they already know and love. From the soil of a Nebraska farm to the code running a global bank, innovation is no longer the domain of few.
I get how she became director.
It has become the superpower of many. Work will be defined by human creativity and agents that help it scale in this era. And at the center of this shift across individuals, domain experts, and developers is Microsoft. Let's start with the individual maker inside of all of us. Every one of us has had an idea for an app that would make our lives just a little bit easier. But today, turning that idea into something real takes someone technical and often months or years of work. Not anymore. Today, we're announcing App Builder, so anyone can create an app in minutes right inside of Web365 Copilot.
Yes, Xbox is going to turn into AI slot.
All you do is start with your data you already have, your charts, your files, your meetings, all powered by WorkIQ. You design the experience you want in natural language, and you share it with your coworkers just like you would a doc. This is the beginning of something new. Software evolving from being made for people to being made by people. Now,
AI is making you
doesn't just
racist
stop
against
at the
corpos.
individual builder. Some ideas require
Racist maybe
more
not the right
domain
word to use, but
expertise,
we don't like
more
corpos.
data, and deeper connection across your business. Copilot Studio is the only low-code agent builder that understands your business right out of the box. So it uses WorkIQ, workflow, security, identity to take real actions and not just generate basic prototypes. Today, more than 230,000 organizations use Copilot Studio, including 90% of the Fortune 500.
I don't care.
Now, for decades,
Admittedly, this is not for me, but
developers
still.
have lived at the frontier,
Your teeth are
and
very
they
white.
have been
She's
the
very
ones
pretty.
to solve the world's hardest problems. And that doesn't change in this era. What changes is the leverage. We're bringing them new AI-powered tools to continue to build the future of what's possible, and they do this on GitHub.
Basically, like,
This year,
this is the person who runs Xbox now, is talking about using AI to build apps, and you're trying to tell me that this isn't about AI? The statement she wrote was 100% just PR so that gamers don't get mad. Don't fucking buy this for a second. This is full of shit. This is Xbox going 100% AI. And I would bet money that Sarah and Phil were against that, but like in a losing battle.
someone new joined GitHub every single
Her
second.
statement was AI
which is the
generated too,
fastest
confirmed. I
growth
mean, I'm not
we've ever
surprised.
seen. GitHub Copilot started as a pair programmer, and now it's become an entire fleet of coding agents. And now it is also the single largest contributor to GitHub's code base. But we know that developers want choice, enterprises want control, and everyone wants fewer subscriptions. That's why at GitHub Universe, we announced Agent HQ, a single place to pick agents from GitHub, OpenAI, Anthropic, Google, Cognition, xAI, and more, all with consistent governance and observability.
There's so many stupid buzzwords. I hate it so. I hate it. I hate it here. I hate it here. Thank you, Clearance Coda. Again, I'm sorry for being such a ball.
I don't feel good about it.
As part of Copilot subscriptions. Now, when innovation
I get it,
becomes
Destructo, I get
ubiquitous,
it.
everyone gets a new set of powerful tools to drive progress forward. And in a retailer like Zava, that means the frontline associates in the aisle, the regional managers are running performance across the stores, and developers are writing the systems to code every single line. That's exactly what we're going to show you. Please welcome Midi, Lydia, and Kyle to the stage.
Those sound like AI names. Midi, Lydia, and Kyle? Sure.
Today at Zava, the store is packed and sales are strong. But as the store manager, I am scrambling behind the scenes.
I am scrambling.
Every shift change means tracking down who's free, having multiple forks,
You thought Don
negotiate
Matrick was
swaps,
bad?
and calling in favors just to keep things running.
In Don Matrick's defense, all the shit that he was like trying to push back then, we actually do use favorably now. It was just too soon. But again, Microsoft has never been a gaming company. The Xbox started as a means to try to get a PC in people's living rooms. They were worried that PlayStation or Nintendo or Sega, they were worried that everybody else would take a PC opportunity away from them. That's how it started. It didn't start as a gaming company. It doesn't surprise me at all that Microsoft is going to chase whatever computational trend currently exists. And for a while, stock market reflected it. That was video games. Video game stocks were out of control. It was absolutely booming all through COVID, and then obviously had a sharp decline. They're always going to pivot to the hot new thing. It sucks. But it is what it is. Do you know Ed Zitron, big AI hater? Lots of great articles and a podcast about the AI bubble. Yeah, my AI video that my last YouTube video that I just uploaded, is about, it's called The Entire Tech Industry is Screwed, and I sourced Ed Zitron multiple times. Got great stuff, great stuff. Thank you, Gaming Dude Plays 021. Why is she speaking that way? I feel like they all speak that way. And it has to be that they're trained to. I've been a presenter. I've read off of teleprompters. In fact, every YouTube video that I make, I'm reading off of a teleprompter. My camera has a teleprompter, okay? They're told to. And today, I'm so excited to be here talking about AI slop bullshit. We really hope that you will give us money to make more AI slop bullshit. You can do it, but why would you? Why would you? You don't have to. It's not necessary. Thank you, Christian Woody. They got their own media training, I bet? For sure they do.
I really need some help. So I reached out to Lydia over in the store operations team. who says there's no bandwidth for this right now. There has to be a better way. Lydia says I should check out Microsoft 365 Copilot.
There has
where I
to
can
be
build
a better
apps,
way.
Agents and workflows. Now I want to build an app to solve my staff's scheduling challenges, so I'm going to go ahead and ask it to build me one.
I think that's maybe the only part where she's actually in it, though. It was 43-ish. Yeah, so that's what Asha Sharma is all about. The last thing linked on her she has no history of working in video games in any capacity, and the last thing that she publicly said was about making an AI that can generate apps. So everything she wrote in that post is absolute fucking bullshit. Absolute bullshit. I saw the link here for Sarah Bond's post. Sarah Bond's post. We'd love to hear more. Sorry, this is like earlier today. This is odd. We'd love to learn more about how you play so we can continue improving Xbox accessibility features. When everyone plays, we all win. Gaming for everyone. Big up, Francis, my man. So this is either scheduled, which is entirely possible. Maybe she has like a consistent rollout of posts that are scheduled in the back end on LinkedIn. So she posted it a week ago. Surely she would have known over a week ago, but whatever. Still a thing that you would care about, accessibility, right? Like if that's your last thing that you post, good on you, dude, as a company employee. Otherwise, it's that somebody else runs her account, which wouldn't surprise me across the board for people like Sarah and Phil, that their accounts are entirely run by different people. Like he's scheduled, or it's a huge surprise. She has to have known about Phil. Phil found out today he's retiring? No, that can't be true. Phil has to have known ahead of time. Are we not seeing more creative people in the top in the future? No, that's done. That's really... Xbox is done. It's done as we know it, and I'm sad about it. So to be clear, I do think that they will focus on cloud streaming. They're already pushing in that direction. They will start pushing more AI into their video games. The battle is lost on that particular front. It's not like the brand is going to disappear entirely, but it's... yeah. They got rid of the last one who actually cared. I doubt that Asha gives a fuck about video games. She is an AI person. Phil knew for a year. That's what he said. We don't know if he actually knew for a year. Def not done, but what we enjoyed is for sure dead. Yeah. God bless Fable. Wonder what's going to happen to the studios. Can't be good things. Yeah, they're all gone. Like, if you thought the last few years of layoffs were bad, this is going to get way fucking worse. We're going to have way more layoffs in chasing AI, but we will also have a lot of the good people of the games industry will quit because Microsoft will be forcing AI usage on them. So a lot of people who aren't down with that, which is a lot of the games industry, will quit. So there's that too. Just noted that I had the side of the border cropped off. I apologize. That will take a while for that to happen, but yeah, that's the direction that we're heading in, unfortunately. Xbox deserves it? What are you talking about? I mean, what does Xbox deserves it even mean? Microsoft has pushed Xbox to do all of the things that they have done. None of these people deserve any of this shit. They're like doing their best in the face of a, multi-trillion-dollar mega corporation, one of the biggest companies in the entire world. How do you think this will impact Xbox's next-gen rollout? Yeah, so I said this earlier. I could, of course, be wrong. I currently think we never get video game consoles ever again. Except maybe Nintendo. I can see maybe... No, I actually think they're all gone. I was going to say, I think maybe we get, a few, tiny little incremental ones, but the reality is there are no chips. So why, if you're especially a company like Microsoft, and you're trying to ramp up your data farms as quickly as you possibly, sorry, your server farms as quickly as you possibly can, why would you ever allocate GPUs to video games? I don't think we get any. I think it's done. I'm not positive about Sony, but I think it's also fairly unlikely. They're a little different in that Sony's going to be in a lot of trouble here because they're not chasing AI to the same extent that Xbox has, and they don't have this like same setup, if that makes sense. I had previously been like, well, Xbox is just like preparing themselves for the future that's to come, even though it's like not the gaming that we want. But now I'm like, are they not just going to shut it down entirely? They probably, I don't know. PS6 won't be until maybe 2027 or later. Yeah, I don't know if it's going to happen at all. I really don't. This is, again, my current bet. It's not like I'm confident. I'm not telling you this is what's going to happen. This is what I currently suspect is going to happen. With the current landscape, of course, my opinion here would definitely change if the AI bubble bursts, because that will fracture in a way that is very difficult to predict. Like, what will come of all of these companies when the AI bubble bursts will be very chaotic, and I don't even know that they have prepared for what they're going to do in that period of time. But as things currently are, we do not get video game consoles ever again. That's done. There is no new Xbox. There is no new PlayStation. They focus all entirely on the cloud. We don't even get like new hardware updates. It's done. The Xbox Series X is where we peaked. But they really do try to push us further and further towards the cloud. They will use some of their data centers to support the cloud. Things like NVIDIA GeForce Now. Some of that technology is really great, for the record. Like, some of it works very, very, very well. It's just like kind of a challenge where it's only in really specific areas or like specific countries. Like, it's still very limited. But some of it is great. Thank you, Eggy Justin. So do I cancel my Game Pass subscription now? I already canceled mine. It was so wonderful when it started. But yeah, I've officially canceled it. It shows unlimited games, but no games. Yeah, ain't that the truth? I'm 1,000 miles from the nearest Microsoft data center. Yeah. So yeah, I think they cancel all consoles, all production of any chips, GPUs goes directly into funding AI until the bubble bursts, at which point I can't predict what will happen. Maybe they will scramble and try and make video game consoles really fast to recoup some of those losses. It's really tough when Microsoft specifically is concerned, because their bubble can't be burst by AI, and that they have other products that still make so much money. They are putting a fuck ton of funding into it, but they're in a unique position where, like, the .com bubble was a lot of these companies that rose from the ground just to support .com. So it's really difficult to say what a comparatively already huge company who is just investing in this thing a lot, like, what's going to happen to them. Like, I think all of the smaller companies are likely to shut down. Like, I actually think OpenAI is probably fucked. Like, ChatGPT will probably be bought, or OpenAI will probably be bought by a Microsoft or an NVIDIA is probably what's going to happen to them. They're too small because their only service is AI. Microsoft won't shut down when the bubble crashes. But as it stands right now, until that bubble bursts, at which point I don't know what's going to happen, no more video game consoles. In fact, no new GPUs for video games at all. Video game hardware is done. Done. Packed. No one's doing any of it. There's clearly a lot of demand for more parts, though. Even with production being adjusted now, there is room for someone to step in. Of course, this could take time. There's a lot of demand for more parts, of course, but there is nowhere near as much demand for parts from the games audience as there is for the data centers. You know what I mean? Like, that competition, video games don't exist. Not even an afterthought. Like, literally non-existent in this market. We do not matter at all. Is this the last generation then? Yes. For now, yes. It could be that we end up getting, like, consoles made by entirely different companies. Like, we could get consoles being made by, like, almost indie companies. Like, there will be a small rise up of someone else making a console. Like a new boom of new consoles that are not being made. Yeah, Valve, I don't doubt that they will continue. They make so much money off of Steam. It's very profitable. They're not in the AI race. Maybe the Steam hardware, the Steam machine will be the new thing. Maybe they've come at exactly the right time. Yeah, I don't think Nintendo's going to disappear either. We will have indie consoles. That's kind of what I'm suggesting, yeah. Which, like, you could argue Steam's an indie console. You say Steam has a monopoly, then what is Microsoft? I don't understand your question. I doubt since indies don't have chip deals or hardware fabs. That's also true, to be fair. Yeah, they can't get chips either. But I feel like there's going to be some rich dude somewhere who tries to do it. But yeah, good point. Steam Deck is currently out of stock as well. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be hard for Steam to get those chips too. They're just, again, part of the problem with it is they're sold out in advance. Like, years in advance. So how will technology progress for games? It won't. The only way that it might progress for games is AI. That's the only option. But I don't feel positively about that. But, you know, there's stuff that we don't know about that technology yet. But yeah, we've made it so that it's done. It's all done. Wrap it up, kids. It's AI or nothing. And as someone who is really trying as hard as possible, it's not like 100% avoidable. But I'm trying to avoid using AI for as long as I possibly can. I actually realized the other day with gaming, where I was like, I will avoid playing any games that use AI for as long as I can get away with it. I realized I can actually get away with it forever. There are so many good games that I haven't played yet that I'll just go back and play the old games. Like, if they tomorrow, it's not going to happen because indies won't do it. LASD, wishlist our game right now, handmade, completely human made, hand animated, no AI. There will be indies who still make stuff that's completely AI free, but otherwise I will just never fucking participate in the modern games industry ever again. 100% retro. There's old games that I've been meaning to play for ages. Like, I didn't play Dante's Inferno, you know? Played it for like an hour. I'd love to play Dante's Inferno. It's been on my list for years. You know what I mean? There's always new Yakuza games. There are plenty. Thank you, Rob and Tien. We'll finally make progress on our Steam library. That's what I mean. I will never replay... Sorry, I will never play a game that has AI in it for as long as I can avoid it. Obviously, sometimes you get tricked. Expedition 33, they used AI in a way that I get, and that it was almost at the time before they knew how bad everything was, but if I had known, I would not have played it. But at least it's not in there anymore. It's like that one's kind of a gray area. Some maybe you don't know, but now I think I'm actually going to go to a point where I will probably only play games by devs who explicitly state there is no AI in this game. And if I can't find any new ones, I'm playing old games forever. I didn't finish Silent Hill F. I haven't finished Abiotic Factor. I haven't finished Sex Detective. You know, there's games on... I haven't finished Baby Steps. There's several games just on my home desktop right now, including Sex Detective 18+, that I haven't finished. I'm done, dude. I'm fucking done. So far, PlayStation have only been able to confirm its RAM stock is good until at least holiday 2026, but not sure about afterwards. Yeah, that's probably like the last of it that they have left, and then it's done. That's a wrap. Did you get laid in Sex Detective yet? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've had sex in that game. Huge for me. Gears E-Day. Man, if it has AI, I'm not playing it. Larian had some controversy with AI too recently. I'm not sure what their actual take on it. Yeah, I think Sven walked it back. I think he walked it back. Is there a franchise you haven't tried that you want to now? I've never played, no? Chrono Trigger. You gonna tag AI free games on your game box? I do think people will start doing that. I do think people will start saying no AI or made without AI, and that will be how I do it. Sven doubled down far more than he walked it back. Did he? I really thought that he went, fuck it, I won't then. Like, didn't he? I know he, like, definitely hurt the PR of that studio, unfortunately, because he was really winning and winning and winning, but, weren't Larian just using it for concept dev? That's still too much for me. Will it be the new organic tag of games? Probably, yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna market Layers Deep as no AI for as long as I possibly can. No AI. Absolutely fucking none of it. Free range gaming. So it's possible for developers to use AI art without even knowing. 100%, unfortunately, yes. Yeah, we're at a point where, like, they have to disclose for me to be comfortable with it. I'm gonna start playing all the games. Yeah, I mean, I've been doing that for a long time anyway. Like, I played Hollow Knight for the first time last year. Alanah, I'm a dispatch withdrawal. Will you stream again with Mayana and maybe another guest you mentioned? Yes, I will do that eventually. You just have to figure out timing. Everything's been so busy lately. I am drowning. But yes, we will. I still want to do it. It'll be fun. Sven seems ride or die for AI, sadly. Okay, let me look into that. Let me, like, actually get to the bottom of it, because everything I heard was, like, kind of secondhand. So, Sven link. AI comments, maybe? News? It's Vink, sorry. News. Okay. Dev Backlash of Valerian CEO, Gen AI praises about leadership, not just tech. Baldur's Gate 3 and Divinity developer Larian Studios is in a bit of a pickle after comments from CEO, which is probably the... No, he'll do both here. In an interview with Bloomberg, it's lit up social media. In the interview, he explained the studio is using generative AI, a controversial technology, on the freshly announced Divinity sequel, but that it isn't using it to replace workers or create content appearing in the final game. Most of them are doing this, man. It really is way more of it than you think. When I first read his comments, I didn't feel curiosity or relief, but rather just plain exhaustion. I assumed my frustration would be somewhat isolated. Then 2 hours after venting that exhaustion on Blue Sky, my friends who don't work in video games began messaging me to say they'd see my post go viral. Suddenly, Larian faced not just my one-word snarky post, but a bona fide social media backlash. He seemed frustrated over the outrage, given he'd similarly described the studio's AI use in April in an interview with GameSpot. Okay, this is not a news article. This one, maybe? Yesterday, in an interview with Bloomberg, went up from... Yeah, I saw this one. Holy fuck, guys, we're not pushing hard for or replacing concept artists with AI. I was asked explicitly about concept art and our use of Gen AI. I answered that we use it to explore things. I didn't say we use it to develop concept art. How is that not the same thing? We use it to explore things. How is that not concept? Isn't exploring things making a concept? Like, if I had a concept artist make something based on something I wrote, right? They like have like 5 things and they're all slightly different. Pre-Gen AI, thank fuck. Is it not the same thing? They use it to concept the concept? It's almost like you could just concept it the first time. Okay, people are saying to look for the Reddit post. Does anyone know where it is? Reddit AMA? That's a promise of an ANA. Oh, here we go. This one? No, this is still just him promising it. It was on Twitter. Oh. I'm not pickpocketing, you're just exploring the contents of your wallet. Exactly! Exactly. Larian Divinity AMA. Ah, okay, here we go. Thank you. Okay, cool. Answered? I'm trying to find AI-related answers. Thank you. That IGN article will probably be the most helpful one. Okay, here we go. Okay. Everything we learned about divinity from Larian's Reddit AMA. We rounded up all the new information revealed during the Reddit AMA from the various Larian members who took part. We were 411 people then. That's so small. For how big that game is? That's wild. Our team evolve in function of the games we try to make and what we think the size of the market is. We grew a lot during BG3 because we wanted to make a cinematic RPG with loads of choice and consequence, but we also knew there was a market and scaled accordingly. Oh boy. Our growth has slowed down a bit. We have lost most of the team in place to make a big cinematic RPG. Is there anything? Just give me AI. Yep, it's a couple AIs. Just give me AI. Aha! Okay, great. Finally. Larian Divinity and Generative AI. Oh yeah, you're right. I should have just put the spaces in. It's a great point. It's a great point. As expected, he addressed the generative AI controversy that emerged following Divinity's announcement. He insisted Divinity would not include any generative AI art and confirmed it has ditched Gen AI tools during concept art development. Oh, so that's the news that I thought that I saw, which was that they're not using it for concept art anymore. But it says he is using it for other things. Confirm Larian is using Gen AI across other areas of development. So first off, there is not going to be any Gen AI art in Divinity. I know there's been a lot of discussion about us using AI tools as part of concept art exploration. We already said this doesn't mean the actual concept art is generated by AI. What? What do you mean? I know there's been a lot of discussion about, okay, we already said that this doesn't mean the actual concept art is generated by AI, but we understand it created confusion. Okay. I think what he's saying is we use Gen AI before the concept artist makes their concept art, which is still concept art. They used it for references. It's the same fucking thing. Use real references. Or don't. Just use your brain, lad. You feel me? It's like early access concept art. It's just the same fucking thing. That's so stupid. We understand it created confusion. Yeah. So to ensure there is no room for doubt, we've decided to refrain from using Gen AI tools during concept art development. Wow, it's almost like you didn't need to do that in the first place. Who'd have thought? That way, there can be no discussion about the origin of the art. Having said that, we continuously try to improve the speed with which we can try things out. The more iterations we can do, the better in general the gameplay is. We think Gen AI can help with this, and so we're trying things out across departments. Our hope is that it can aid us to refine ideas faster, leading to more focused development cycle, less waste, and ultimately a higher quality game. The important bit to note is that we will not generate creative assets that end up in a game without being 100% sure about the origins of the training data and the consent of those who created the data. This is not possible. If we use Gen AI model to create in-game assets, they'll be trained on data we own. Yes, so they're all saying this. They all keep being like, our data is only trained, and that I actually like would kind of be fine with. They're just training things like very mildly on, and it's like for very little use on like their own art. Make someone's afternoon a little faster, sure, I guess. I don't know. I like working, so I think it's stupid anyway, but this basically is functionally not possible. Every time that they say that, I don't believe it. It's always built on stolen property, because it's even like when you say it's just things that we have internally, that often has to by default include somebody who like downloaded an image off Google to their PC. Machine learning director Gabriel Bosk expanded on this. They have a machine learning director? Well, cool. I'm never playing a Larian game ever again. Okay. This is all new technology, so I totally understand why it's difficult to see where the positive uses are. We believe machine learning is a powerful tool to accelerate and make game development more efficient and streamlined. This means that our creatives have more time doing the work that makes their jobs more rewarding and the game a richer experience. The important bit to note is that we do not generate creative assets. I don't give a shit. That end up in the game without 100%. So they do. Since we do generate creative assets. About the origins of the training data and with consent of those who created the data. With over 100,000 voice lines scheduled to be in the game, recorded by hundreds of actors, and even 100,000 more to be recorded that will not end up in the game, there are useful tools for us to reduce the mechanical legwork and free up time for the teams that would be bogged down doing tasks that kept them away from what they really want to be doing. Additionally, our ML R&D team monitors and experiments with anything that is state-of-the-art and that might influence game development pipelines of the future. This is important to us because we make our own engine. But we draw lines in the sand too. What game is this for? Oh, this is for Divinity. Original Sin. Or is it's just called Divinity, isn't it? Just straight Divinity? I think it is this time. Which I fucking love those games. It's such a shame. We draw lines in the sand too. We explicitly committed in our actor agreements to not use the recordings to train or build AI voice modelers because we are aware how sensitive it can be to artificially generate an actor's voice, even if an actor is willing to agree to this. If we'd compensate them, we don't currently feel comfortable with including AI-generated voices in our games. Writing director Adam Smith confirmed this stance on AI generation applies to writing too. We don't have any text generation touching on dialogues, journal entries, or other writing in Divinity. We had a limited group experimenting with tools to generate text, but the results hit a 3 out of 10 at best, and those tools are for research purposes, not to use in Divinity. What does that mean? What does that mean? Even my worst first drafts, and there are a lot of them, are at least a 4 out of 10. Those Sven might disagree. And the amount of iteration required to get an individual lines to the quality we want is enormous. I completely agree with that. It's so bad that it's a waste of time to do it. From the initial stub to the line we record and ship, there are a great many eyes and hands involved in getting a dialogue right. So what areas do Larian use Gen AI and what does it mean by creative asset? There is currently one example of ML generated assets that end up in the game, and that is within our cinematics and animation pipeline. In this pipeline, we try to capture the actor's performance as best we can, so we use ML models to clean, retarget, and even add more motion. Okay, well that's... Oh, okay, add more motion when it's not motion captured. I was going to say cleaning and retargeting is not generative AI. That's just AI. And we're not against AI, but adding motion? Yeah, no. No. That's like adding to an actor's performance using Gen AI. He himself even said in the video interview they wouldn't be able to train their own models because the sample is some... Yeah, 100%. It's not true. They're all saying this. It's bullshit. It can't be done. The data set is nowhere near big enough. I feel like they're intentionally mixing up ML and Gen AI. You might be right. Yeah. I'm fine with machine learning. I'm fine with AI, actually. It's generative AI that's the problem. I do feel like we get that confused a lot. I'm not anti-AI. At all. There are many positives to AI in general. Many things that I'm completely fine with. AI has been great for video games in many capacities. It's generative AI specifically, and even then, I'll extra specify that I do have problems with it creatively. Yeah, you gotta change that username, Wandering AI. You really gotta fix that, dude. Can you have one without the other? Yeah, we've had one without the other for a long fucking time, man. AI has been huge in health research. Look, outside of like the wastefulness and how lazy I think it is and how bad I think it is for your brain, I don't give a shit really if you generate a PowerPoint presentation. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have like moral outrage if you generate an email. I think it's stupid and it's getting you out of a job, and that we should be like, I'm drawing the line in the sand of like not wanting to use any of it at all. But like, I don't really give a fuck about that. It's specifically things like art, writing, music that I am ethically extremely opposed to. And yeah, at this point, I am writing a hard line on all of it. I will not play any games that use generative AI. Machine learning is fine. The main problem with AI IMO is its current usage is inherently capitalist profit maximization at its core. Yeah, but isn't everything? Like, not to defend AI, you're right. But doesn't it all? Isn't that the whole thing? It's a good way of putting it. Thank you, Pant. Machine learning, a subset of artificial intelligence, and Gen AI is a subset of machine learning. The problematic thing is Gen AI itself. Machine learning is pretty much just predictive algorithms. Yeah, we're okay with machine learning. Oh, thank you, Feed Kobe. Now, appreciate it. Sweden, Denmark, Spain have well-regulated capitalism. Sweden, especially. Heaven on earth, apparently. We all gotta fuck off to Sweden. They're making everyone use AI whether they like it or not. Yeah. I keep mourning Google, dude. I keep being really bummed about how useful Google was and how, you know, we always used to make those jokes about how, like, we have all knowledge at our fingertips and we use it to argue with each other. We don't have all knowledge at our fingertips anymore. Like, we really didn't think about how significant that actually was. You had the ability to Google fucking anything, and we didn't do it, and now you can't anymore. Google is now useless. A lot of the websites, even that you can find on Google, are written by AI, so it's just fucking confusing itself in this stupid loop. Half the time it's, yeah, I have to put Reddit at the end of it. It's just such a shame. It was so useful. The misinformation age is definitely scary. It's a weird thing for us to adapt to. I don't know how to do that. Like, I know how to avoid using generative AI. Like I said, I'll play retro games from now on. I don't give a fuck. I will never play an Xbox game again. I'm going to need a statement from Playground because I'd really like to play Fable, but if they use Gen AI, I won't fucking play it. I won't do it. But like, for how to figure out what's real and what's not anymore, or like at least in the next year, like I feel like you can still usually spot AI, but it's getting worse and worse, or harder and harder. I don't know what the solution to that is. What's the best search engine to use? I don't know if we have one. Like, I think it's just gone. The one thing that will survive the bubble is ChatGPT as a search engine. Yeah, which is stupid because it just does the same thing that Google did. It's just replaced Google. But I do, again, I think that it will get bought. ChatGPT will be bought by Google or Nvidia or Microsoft. Do you think it'll be the first retro game you'll play? I don't mean actual retro, I just mean only playing older games. There are so many that I need to get through. It's, man, Google was so good, dude. It's wild. It's so wild. It's so sad. Ugh. Alanah, random, have you ever been to NYC? I'm flying there for the first time. It is beautiful, Chris. Have a wonderful time in NYC. I have been there maybe 10 or so times. I was there on the weekend. I flew back on Tuesday. So yeah, I was there earlier this week. It's gorgeous. Thank you, Night Killer. Saves a bit of time we used to spend clicking through search results to find the ones that are good. But like, you didn't even really have to do that much on Google. It was pretty good across the board. Thank you, Clearest Coda. Weekly retro gaming stream. I think it's, when I say retro, I don't even mean actually retro though. Like, I mean like shit that I didn't end up finishing last year. You know what I mean? Like, also terrible news, everybody. I think I lost my Alan Wake 2 save file. I can't find it. I think it's gone. Pretty upset about that. Devastating. I don't know how even. It's just gone. I know. I'm not replaying that whole game. No cloud backup. I could look a little harder, but I'm not finding anything. It's real tough. Dude, if fucking GTA 6 has AI, I'll cry. I won't play it. I won't. But I will cry about not being able to play it. Where did you put it last? So brutal. I got accused of using AI on a painting that took 3 weeks. Yeah, it's hard, man. Sorry for the bummer, everybody. Yeah, I'll make a YouTube video about this later today too. So I will condense my thoughts and make that as quickly as I can. Going to the movies at 6:30. Got to walk Banjo. Got to eat. Do I have time? I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. We'll make it. We'll make it happen. But yes, I should head off. Thank you all for hanging out. Again, sorry for the bummer. Sorry, what's that? Have you seen the Nier Automata kind of news? Excuse me, sir? Whoomst. Give me a high note to end on. What? What? Uh-huh? Uh-huh? Excuse me? Nier Automata crosses 10 million copies sold alongside mysterious to-be-continued tease. Great news to end the stream on. Everything's coming up Millhouse. Nier Automata launched in 2017 and now developer Platinum Games has revealed that the game has sold 10 million copies. Big up. I wonder why, you know? Why is it sold 10 million copies? Because it's probably one of the greatest video game stories ever told. It's a really great game. And because of her nice tits, anyway. To celebrate this achievement, Platinum Games and publisher Square Enix have released a commemorative video. Go on.
こちら随行支援ユニットポント04にニーヤオートマタ記録データパッケージへ接続開始再生ゲームログ報告2017年2月ニーヤオートマタ発売報告同年5月 3C3C1D119440927DLC 発売報告2018年6月 Become as Gods Edition 発売
Become as Gods Edition?
2019年
Wow, this is really long. Is this whole thing really gonna be in Japanese?
報告2022年10月 The End of Your Edition 発売再生ステージログ報告
Press Japanese and then auto translate will come up as an option you can select.
報告2015年
Auto translate. Oh my god, you're right. Oh my god, thank god. Anglais? Beautiful, thank you so much. Thank you, Rob and Tian. Is that a Nier Automata play? I hope Adai didn't touch the play. Have they? I didn't know that was a thing. They're all canon? Oh my god, no way. I have been to the Nier concerts before. I have done that. Oh dude, Nier Automata is so good. Oh, thank you, Mixed Content. That's so nice to hear. I'm so glad. Thank you. This is a... Why is this 5 minutes? I've never played Drakengard. That's one. Add that to the retro gaming list. Yoko Taro will always be my Hideo Kojima. You know what? I think I agree. Also, I've met him. I've seen his face without the mask. I pronounce it Automata. Nier Automata. Yeah, but I think it's... They call it... They told me I was pronouncing it wrong. I say Nier Automata, but I think it's Automata? I just realized what your joke is, Cole. I just realized what your joke is. Whoa, that's cool too. A solo piano concert? Wow. I am a fan of Professor Layton, yeah. Dude, I didn't know this existed either. I'm a fake Nier fan. There's a fucking Nier anime? I didn't know any of this shit. Is it a good anime? Had a troubled production. Oh. Netflix Japan? Wow. I literally didn't know it existed. You know, I'll replay Nier Automata before playing Divinity. That's what I'll do. Happy to. What a game. What a game. This is a really weird video, man. It's a really weird video. It's really slow growth, but I'm very happy for them. It's a fucking awesome game. One of the GOATs. I really do love it. The music. Probably, maybe my favorite video game soundtrack of all time. Outside of Darksiders 2, of course, the GOAT. Hey, I might be in one of these shots. Hang on, that may have been me. I hosted their 5-year anniversary panel. I think it might have been this. No, it wasn't that. Come on. That... No, that stage is too big. I was gonna be like, that could be me. That could be... It's not me. But surely there's footage somewhere of that panel. Surely. Someone go through that again and see if you can find me. Vice City is the best soundtrack of all time. That doesn't count, because they're not original songs. The concerts are really good. Is this game about AI? Oh my god, yes it is. That's the craziest part. It is. It is, yeah. It didn't even occur to me. 100%, yeah, it is. And it makes you feel sorry for him. Oh, that's poetic. Hell yeah, dude. I'll take whatever that is. I'm real glad to hear it. You love to see it. You love to see it, mate. That is sick. Okay, so the last thing before I actually do have to go, I have too much shit to do, is this article. Strauss Zelnick, generative AI has zero part in what Rockstar Games is building with GTA 6. Fuck yes. King. With generative AI tools are driving cost and time efficiencies across Oh. Oh. Okay, well... What does that mean? How can both of these things be true? What does that mean? Take-Two Interactive CEO Strauss Zelnick has told GamesIndustry.biz that the company is making extensive use of AI. Fucker. Oh no, that's okay. That's okay. Always has. That's okay. But said it was deployed in tools rather than creativity, and generative AI has zero part. Okay, if he's just talking about AI, not Gen, we're all right with that. He was speaking ahead of the release of the company's Q3 Q3 financial results, which followed in which of the company's stock price plunged to an 11-month low following Google's announcement of experimental AI playable world tool Project Genie. It's even fucking hurting them. Oh, I hate it here. Okay, it previously told CNBC that there is no creativity that can exist by definition in any AI model because it is data-driven. Goat. Oh, Sarah Bond finally did a statement. Would you mind linking that for me, Jeff? Links are banned for most people, so Scott or Jeff, would you mind giving me a link? On the topic of AI, I've been enthusiastic since the very beginning. This company's products have always been built with machine learning and artificial intelligence. Both things we're fine with. We actually always been a leader in the space, and right now we have hundreds of pilots and implementations across our company, including within our studios, and we are already seeing instances where generative AI... What does this mean? What do you mean? Oh, sorry. Yeah, maybe, Jeff, you might be able to find, like, if IGN reported on it or something. That said, do I think these tools themselves create entertainment properties? No, there's no evidence that it's the case and it won't be the case in the future. Fuck yeah, Chad. Specifically with regards to GTA 6, generative AI has zero part in what Rockstar Games is building. Their worlds are handcrafted, that's what differentiates them. They're built from the ground up, building by building, street by street, neighborhood by neighborhood. They're not procedurally generated, they shouldn't be. Okay, so this to me makes it sound like GTA 6 has no Gen AI. That's pretty explicit, I think. But I don't know what they mean by this. He could have just said that potentially for the stock market. It could be a lie because he didn't specify and it contradicts everything else that he said. The bulk of GTA should have been finished before AI anyways. That's true. That's very true. I think I'm allowed to play GTA 6. I really hope that I can play GTA 6. I think he's speaking externally. Yeah. Driving costs and efficiencies. Yeah, you're right. This also didn't specify Rockstar. And then he goes on to say GTA 6 specifically. I think we're good. I think we're in the clear. Sarah's message. Thank you. Okay. And then I will stop. I swear to God, I have so much shit to do. Okay, we got a post from Sarah Bond. Sarah Bond, 9 minutes ago. Sharing with gratitude the note I sent to my team today. Grateful to our players, developers, partners, and team. Forever a fan of Xbox. Hi team, I know there's a lot of news to take in today. I'm incredibly proud of what we built together over the past 8+ years. Has she really been there for that long? That went so fast. Wow. PC and cloud gaming are growing faster than ever. Our next console is well underway. Okay, maybe we will get the last one. And together we've helped lay foundation for a more open gaming platform that spans devices and reaches players around the world. When we announced our intention to acquire Activision Blizzard in 2022, I committed to helping lead Xbox through what would be a critical period of change. Over the past 4 years, we've navigated that moment together and positioned the business for what comes next. We also took on some of the biggest challenges this organization has ever faced and did it as one team. With that, I've decided this is the right time for me to take my next step, both personally and professionally. We're living through a transformative technological era that will shape the next generation of our industry, and I'm energized by what's ahead. This moment also presents a unique opportunity for fresh eyes and newly... Okay, yeah, so she's saying... what this translates to is I felt like I had the expertise to help with Actibliz. I do not have the expertise to help with AI. And I'm not going to learn, so I'm out. So fucking good on her. I've had the privilege of spending time with Asher over the last few weeks as we planned for this transition, so they did know. And I've seen firsthand our deep commitment to our players, that you were told to say that. She brings deep technology and commerce experience, along with a strong track record of building and scaling platforms of the world. Users Xbox deserves this. I'm excited to see her lead the next chapter of our team. This is, again, literally just what she has to say. I want to thank Phil for his mentorship and friends over the years. He's been a consistent champion of this business and the people who make it what it is, and I've learned a great deal from the way he leads through both opportunity and challenge. I'm grateful for his trust and support throughout my time on the team. I also want to thank Sacha for his sponsorship and support through my time at Microsoft. Thank you, Broke Social. You're right, she's not going to burn bridges, and why would she? She knew that this would be public. She can't. Yeah. Translation, I do have the expertise, so I don't need AI. Peace out. Yeah, I guess so. Thank you so much, Broke Social. I appreciate it. Or has an NDA. She would definitely have non-disparage clause. I'm grateful for his trust and support throughout my time with the team. I also want to thank, as a prepare to sign off, I've been reflecting on 3 simple questions I've tried to use to guide my days. Did I bring my best? Did I help someone else succeed? Did I do my best work? What a shame. But yeah, she's leaving because of AI. I couldn't be more confident. Xbox deserves this could also be a negative. I highly doubt she's written anything laced in there for us to, like, any secret digs. This is a professional at one of the biggest companies in the world, so yeah. I don't think so. Thank you, Entity 10011. Yes, go wishlist Layers Deep. Completely human-made, handmade video game. All right, I really have to go. Thanks for hanging out, everyone. Let's raid another Dispatch streamer. I think it's the cutest thing in the world. Especially, there's a bunch of people here today. Let's pick someone with, like, no viewers. It'll be really great. Okay. This person does not speak English. This person looks like they may. All right. This person has 4 viewers, you guys. 4 viewers. Even if you don't hang around, at least say hi. We get to make somebody's day, and it's very, very cute. Thank you for hanging on the stream today. I'm so sorry. It was a bummer. I'm sorry that I got emotional. You know? I'll be back on Monday, 1 p.m. Monday. If my thumb is good enough and I have the splint, we will, Resident Evil. Looking forward to it. I'm not going to GDC, no. Yeah, let this person know. Malevolent sent you guys, and have a wonderful afternoon, everybody. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.